one.
Hello, PPP.
Welcome to the Kiwi Casino, folks. It's finally here. It's been off requested, and now it's finally being delivered. The crossover between me and Josh here. And I think this is going to be perhaps a somewhat regular thing that we do from time to time. Might be once a month, might be twice a month, where we're going to come on and we're going to talk about stuff together there and do a show. It's exciting stuff, isn't it, Josh?
It sure is, PPP.
Does everybody know that we just recorded like an hour and a half podcast
about the church in Canada.
We were talking about church and religion and politics and all this crazy stuff. We had like a 90-minute conversation that I've delegated to the memory hole. And now we're starting off a fresh new podcast here where we're going to talk about internet lolcows and the happenings going on. Now, this is like a Christmas-themed, I guess, edition of Kiwi Casino. Josh has prepared an entire section that he's going to present. And then I prepared an entire section that I'm going to present. Josh, you're up here first at the Kiwi Casino. What do you have for us today?
I have religious lolcows. As we talked about what we had, I realized there's kind of like a ghost of Christmas past, ghost of lolcow present, ghost of lolcow future, where we're going to dab on Ethan Ralph's abject misery.
Is that what we're going to do? We're going to start off dabbing on Ethan Ralph's abject
that goes
misery.
At the very end. This is going to be the warning. We're going to look at what has come and gone, what is going on right now, and then at the very, very end, we'll reflect on how Ethan Ralph is a warning to all these people about how they better change their ways.
Or else it's over, and they're going to be suffering in a Mexican tin shack all alone with no family and friends.
No, don't spoil it. You always give up you always have like these things you talk about, and then you just delve into it.
I ruin the entire show. But listen, at least there's not going to be as much pausing on this program. There's no super chats. Whoa, buddy! Let's get some subs!
PPP
Not
snuck
quite
away
like
from
that
Andy
today.
So,
I snuck away for but a moment to hang out with brother Josh here today. Let's go.
Okay. So part of my inspiration for this, because I wanted to do something Christmassy, but there's not a whole lot that you can talk about, because even the lolcows tend to get pretty quiet around Christmas season. So what I've discovered instead is that we're going to do vaguely religious content. And I thought
we were doing the history of Kwanzaa, brother Josh. You're not going to tell us the history of Kwanzaa. Josh, explain Kwanzaa quick.
A black guy asked a Jew about Hanukkah, and I was like, shit, I like that. And then he took it.
Shit,
he stole it.
Take Hanukkah, nigga. Let's go. I just morphed into the Ralph voice, my black voice and the Ralph voice, the same
it's
voice.
Okay. You try making fun of somebody and you just become Ralph for some reason.
I just become Ralph for extended periods of time. I've told people, I used to go around and do errands in character as Ralph. Just to entertain us. Yeah, I want a 1/2 pound of Black Forest ham, bitch.
Really?
I've done it before. Not often. Not often, but
you gotta
entertain yourself. No, it is. It's twisted. Where you become Ralph, you become the rage pig. Yeah,
it's like a possession. You gotta be careful with that.
You lose yourself in the performance of Ralph.
Okay, first is a familiar face. I think I should just get this out of the way first.
No.
Let me read his name, because he wrote at the bottom here. We've got Mrs. Jesus Christine Weston Chandler Sonichu Prime. I'm going to talk your ear off about Christian for a bit. So if I go on too long, just let me know. Just ring the bell.
No, this is all going to be incredible. The Christian lore. Regale me with the lore.
You're not
Joshua.
super into like actual like lolcow stuff. You like the sector, right?
No, I loved Christian growing up. I was on the Quickie constantly, and the
Really?
Liquid Chris saga is amazing.
Before Stream.me, you were on the Quickie?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Really? That's funny.
I mean, fuck, I was on the quickie when I was probably like 12 years old.
Dude,
You know?
okay, I don't know if I've ever told this to anybody before, but I might as well just get this on the record. When I was like, I had just started hosting the quickie forums, my cousin, who couldn't be older than 12 at that time, bought me a Sonichu reference on a t-shirt. And she just said, like, I have a feeling you know what this is. And it was so bizarre because, like, I literally ran the quickie forums and she had I had never talked about Chris or Sonichu or anything. And she just had a feeling. She just had a feeling that I was somehow involved in this.
It's crazy how ubiquitous Chris Chan is, because for the DSP Christmas movie, me and Andy went to a Build-A-Bear workshop, and the girls in there knew everything about Chris Chan. And they like regaled us with the lore of the Sonichu medallion and all this crazy stuff. They had no idea who we were. I don't know how this came up, but they were like younger millennials.
Probably talked about DSP and said, "Oh, he's like a lolcow." I don't know if they know what that is. Like, "Oh, Chris Chan," something like that.
Yeah,
right?
something like that. And they knew everything about it and were super knowledgeable. So this even like normies know the Chris Chan stuff now. Yeah. But
okay.
it was interesting then, but it started to get
dark.
Dark, and I stopped following it basically when he transitioned. And then the final nail in the coffin for me to when I stopped caring was when the house burned down.
Really?
And yeah,
that was a long time ago.
And yeah, dude, like after like Bob died and stuff, dude, it's just so dark and so sad, and it's like
I tapped out early because that's around the time that the quickie forums started getting hosted. Was when Chris entered the Tom Girl phase. When he was one of the first troons. So, like, he invented Bronydom, and then he invented Troondom, basically. And people don't give him credit.
I always found it funny how anti-gay he was. Like, he had created like a cure for homosexuality from his blood in the Sonichu comics,
because he was so straight that his blood like cured gay people.
Yes, and it was like, I always thought it was funny how like anti-gay he was, but then he was like recycling his own cum and stuff like this, but then he'd love like cartoons from like pro-LGBT people like Family Guy and stuff like that, and that to me was like a big part of Chris, was his like homophobia and like his ignorance or whatever. And then once he like tuned out, like part of that was ruined for me forever. But then it's kind of funny because, he obviously was like some form of queer, the whole time. So
I'm not even sure. It's so hard to like interpret his mind, but I think he always had some kind of peculiar reverence for women. He always seemed to uphold that women were better than men, and from like a childhood age. There's early stuff that he did in high school.
I guess he would hold that he's not actually gay, that he's a lesbian. So I guess he is gay, but he
walked back all the anti-gay stuff. He's walked it all back.
Yeah.
So he's gay lesbian or whatever.
Well, go ahead, regale me with the lore here of Chris.
Okay, it's kind of, there's an era of Chris that I just have to skip over to get from the house burning down and the Tom Girl saga to this Chris. And,
the idea guys?
Yeah, I don't know a whole lot about it, but one of them is like an actual pedophile who is should belong in jail. Like they're really nasty people, and it's not fun to talk about it. So you have to like kind of skip from like 2015, 2016 Chris all the way up to the incest thing. And the really crazy thing about the incest thing is that it was not put upon him. Like everyone thought, oh, this has to be like a troll. No, he wanted to fuck his mom. And nobody knew about it. He kept it from everybody except Isabel Yanka, who immediately told everybody.
Which is rare for Chris because he tells everybody everything.
He knew. And the only reason why he told people is because he was so proud of it. He was like dropping little hints that he was getting laid. And that's how it came out, because he was so proud of himself.
So is that how he ended the love quest and lost his virginity? Or did he lose his virginity at a different time?
He claims he lost it.
Yes, that's right.
He had sex with a hooker. He said that she was of Cherokee native descent, and he bought her a gift basket.
Wow, good for him.
And then he remained
Get your
sexless.
hooker a gift basket, huh? It's like, is that what Boogie does? Look at, we got a chocolate Santa in the gift basket. Free
Oh no, not a
arrangement for
chocolate
you.
Santa. The girls that he's after want Dubai chocolate Labubus. Okay.
Oh, okay. I don't think Labubu existed back when this happened. This must have been when he lost his virginity. How long ago was this now? It must have been more than 10 years ago now.
I want to say it was around the Tone Girl saga, maybe a little bit earlier. But he became like disillusioned with sex because I think it's a weird thing where it's like I think incels when they like hype sex up so much and then they actually do have sex, it like just shatters like their entire life because their entire personality is built up on being sexless and then they have it and they're
Yeah.
just like, oh,
Oh, yeah.
that
So
was it,
that's a
huh?
thing.
So then
Fucking
it's like
goon session's better than this, buddy. Fucking death grip.
so
Oh,
either they just a lot of them normal up. There was a guy called Marian Siklish who was a Croat from Zagreb, and he wanted the government to appoint girlfriends. That was his name. Government gets girlfriends. Then eventually he had sex. And he got into a relationship and he gave up on like his 10-year crusade to have government appointed girlfriends for everybody. Chris kind of
many
did this.
such cases. Fucking betrayal of his wizard status. Like, what is he doing? But remember, that's what happened. Who was it that ran Wizard Chan? Was that?
It was Frederick Brennan. Yes, I know
That's
him.
right. It was Hot Wheels. That's right. And he
There's even a
forsook everybody.
There was a quote on the Kiwi Farms rotation banner that's something. It's like an excerpt from the Wizard Chan Fallout of him getting laid, where it's like he sullied the position of the Archmage and brought shame. It's like it was like a dead on. Like that's actually
so
talking.
Fucking Kino, buddy. Like, holy shit.
It's
Oh.
a place close to my
That's
heart.
amazing.
That's how I got involved in 8chan because Frederick was obsessed with Chris too, and he wanted privy access to the Chris-chan boards the secret board we had at the time. So he literally traded me 8chan global moderator for access to the Samachu internal board that we had. And then we actually stole 2 of their admins from WizardChan because Glaive was an admin for the Kiwi Farms. And he had sex with a girl from the Kiwi Farms who was like a chain-smoking British person. And then Glaive went insane. He got addicted to cocaine and wanted to become a sociopath. Frederick went down 8chan, and then all the 8chan shit happened. And
the crazy backroom wheelings and dealings of being niche internet forum operator, man. That's some
truly
crazy stuff. It really is, man. Like, holy, how is it with you guys these days?
It's very boring. The administration is just me. There's no other administrators. And then the moderators that we have, the most productive ones, they're what I would call silent workhorses. They just do like 100 reports like a day.
No, I was asking with you and Frederick, is there still heat there or beef there or what?
He was after me during Drop Kiwi Farms, but he's drifted off. His life expectancy is only about 40 because of his condition. So
so in the end, you're going to win. You'd hope. Right?
For some reason, I've never taken any joy in like Frederick being like, I don't know. He was, out of all the people, and I mean this sincerely, of all the people in my life I've ever met, his cruelty towards me is the one that took me most by surprise. I would say it's like the most shocking level of cruelty. I was never nothing but nice to him, and he turned on me like the hardest anyone ever has, and it still is like, wow, I can't believe he was like that.
Damn.
Like, you know, with Liz Fong Jones and Keffels, like that's just how they are. But me and him were friends.
He's not the one who tried to feed you to pigs, is he?
No, that was his boss.
Oh,
and he got so afraid.
The big boss hog,
Jim Watkins.
Jim Watkins.
He was so afraid of Jim Watkins that he actually fled the Philippines and returned to California because he apparently
I would.
Yeah, Jim.
He's apparently a very powerful man.
A very rich pig farmer in the Philippines, not a person you want to piss off. Apparently, he got so pissed off at Frederick that he actually prosecuted him for defamation, criminal defamation, because he said he was crazy, and that's like a criminal charge to say that someone's mentally ill when they're not. So there was like a real risk that he was going to go to Filipino jail over this prosecution.
He's going to get Vitali maxed, buddy.
Yeah, in case you don't know, his condition is osteogenesis imperfecta, which means that his bones, when they're formed, are structurally unstable.
So they were imperfect.
Yeah, they can break from any kind of, like, if he rolled over a big crack in the sidewalk, he could break a rib. So
So
that's
he's
how,
actually the guy from SpongeBob with glass bones and
literally
paper
bonitis. Yeah, that
skin and
was
everything.
what they called it on
That's
8chan. He
fucking
had bonitis.
horrible,
It
man. But
is.
so what does he do now? Like, I think he's a Wikipedia admin, right?
He is a gay furry. He's a
No.
social justice warrior, gay furry. His first son is a raccoon in a diaper.
What?
I'm not
Really?
joking. I'm not joking.
He's gay. He's a furry. He's
I don't,
crippled.
I don't know what his ambitions are in life anymore. I don't know, man. I like when we went to Japan, he had to leave behind his Filipino aide. I literally carried this guy in my arms on and off the plane. And he fucking flipped on me to sell me out to Watkins. And it was like the most profound betrayal I've ever experienced in my entire life.
Like, people say shit to me like, you took care of this guy, you like would change his diapers and shit like this, and then he fucking like, is this true?
No, there was a when we were in Japan, he had to use a not sure what you would, with the polite word is for. It's a pee cup, basically, because he can't get in and out of bed. So it's better for him just to pee into a cup. And he told me, you might have to empty this. And I said, there's absolutely no way I'm emptying that cup. So I never did, no, but it was brought up as a thing that I might have to do. And I said, look, we're going to find a way around this. And coincidentally, he was a super big libertarian, but Japanese stuff is 100% handicap accessible. And he was enamored by the fact that he could take an elevator.
Civilized.
He could go on, and we went to the high speed rail, and they saw him in the wheelchair, and the conductor literally gets out in his nice fancy conductor uniform and puts down a ramp so he can roll onto the train without going over the bump. And he was like completely enamored by just how accessible everything was. And yeah, even the bathrooms and stuff, they had like heated seats and they were easy to get on and off of from his wheelchair. So he had no issues. I never had to clean up anything or do anything weird with him.
You, when Andy went and did the boxing match, this is crazy. But once they put those boxing gloves on, they don't come off. Really? So like 20 minutes before the match, Andy had to go piss. And he couldn't fucking drop his drawers to piss. So I had to come in and fucking pull down his pants so he could fucking piss at the fucking stuff. Like,
you didn't have to aim it?
But I didn't have to. He was able to aim, Okay. But like, I come in, pull it down, go back out, pull it back up. There you go, bud. But it was all worth it. It was an incredible fucking weekend in London, or incredible week rather in London. It was fucking wild. I had so much fun, so it was worth it. But yeah, it's tough.
We were in Japan for like a week, and it was one of the best trips I ever took. We went to Okinawa and Sapporo, and we went there, dude. We went there for Christmas. It was the year that the Episode 7 of Star Wars came out, and on Christmas Day, we all went to a movie theater and watched Star Wars Episode 7 in like a Japanese movie theater in Sapporo. And it was a white Christmas day. The snow was coming down because Sapporo is way up north, and it was like genuinely a really nice,
beautiful, magical time. Mm-hmm. Christmas time, Star Wars with the boys, and then
that was like the Fellowship of my optimism, because Trump just got elected president.
That was,
Star Wars just came out. 8chan was on the upscale. Yeah,
he was a happy man, and he thought that everything would work out. And then
the Trump presidency was atrocious. Jim lost his fucking mind. 8chan fell to shit. Frederick betrayed everybody, and it's just. There's a parallel timeline where everything went well.
I didn't mean to bring this stuff up. I actually didn't even realize that Frederick ran Wizard Chan, but I actually think that was pretty good. A good little segment we got out of that.
We're still in the ghost of Christmas past, okay? We see the Chris Chan and we reflect on the days that are behind us, far behind us, actually. This is a distant memory now.
Okay, so we're back to Chris Chan.
Okay.
What is it you want to highlight about Chris as we get into this?
I just real quick about his delusions and how I accidentally made him think he's Jesus. Okay, so
you're responsible for this?
I am. Allow me to explain. Okay, I had no idea about the incest thing, and I'm actually very, very grateful that I escaped the incest thing as clean as I did, because I legit had no fucking idea. And I don't know if you remember, but at the time I was helping him do commissions. I had to go.
Well, I think a lot of people. I've heard people blame you for this whole situation.
Some people
say it was your fault and what's up. But obviously, they're misguided in that.
The speculation is that there's no way I couldn't have known. But if you read my post, he sent me cheeky little hints about his girlfriend. And I didn't want to know anything about it. I'm like, I don't want to fucking know anything about this woman. But he was dropping hints that she had a degree in accounting and his mother was an accountant. Yeah, that she was older. But it's like, okay, if someone's fucking Chris, she's probably older and insane. And then, but I was assuming like 50s, not like 70. And then he said something about her having a child. I'm like, that's weird that there would be like an older autistic woman
And
with
the
a child.
child is me.
Yeah, he didn't mention that part. He even sent me this book. He had taken a photo of a book that he had read about having sex with disabled people. I
He
assume
read a book?
He read a book about having sex with disabled people. And sent me a picture of it to let me know that he was fucking his mom and he was taking steps to make sure he was pleasuring her and fucking his mom.
Oh.
Yeah, it was a big surprise to me too.
What was your reaction to that then?
I don't want to know this. My whole involvement with him was to separate. Number one, separate him from the idea guys, and number two, send him to Everfree Northwest because he was thinking of driving his beater fucking SUV that was 20 years old across the country, across the Rocky Mountains to Washington State.
The thought of him even driving 20 minutes to the grocery store frightens me. Let alone see him all throughout cross country.
When he goes to Seville to pick up stuff, people see the Sonichu license plate and take pictures of it and stuff, but he gets around, man. He drives all the time.
That's wild, bro. It really is. Like, okay, I gotta just ask, is he like in Finland now? This is what I've heard. He's in like Finland.
They see him, he's in Finland. He takes trips to Finland to smash his Finnish GF on the mother soil of Finland.
So really, he's winning. And all of us are,
he got everything he wanted.
Felted. What a disaster, buddy. Like, holy.
It would have had to be a Finn, though. Finnish people are nuts, so it makes sense. It works out.
It all adds up. Does anybody know? Is she hot?
She looks like a Cabbage Patch Kid. It's weird. She's one of those people who looks simultaneously like 13 and 40 at the same time.
Okay. Strange.
Her name is
This whole
Flutter.
thing is strange. But, he's a very unique individual. And they always said, he's the most documented individual in history. Would you say that that's true, Josh? That was like always what the quickie said.
As far as like the minutia of his every thought, yeah, it's pretty obsessive. Like everything he tweets gets chronicled.
Yeah, it really is. And I don't think there's anybody else that has quite that same level of dedication. Maybe Phil a little bit.
No, not even close.
Not the same. Not the same.
Like everything that he does gets an article.
Yeah, and I would just binge those articles for hours and hours, just reading and reading.
One of the things that happened while I was admin of the Quickie forums was we had a guy called Sky Raider who got a posthumous name as Trash Raider. After Chris's house caught fire, he literally went to their house and would rummage through the trash and uploaded like document scans of like crayon drawings and stuff that they had thrown out, like high school paperwork that they had thrown out after the fire. So we have like all of his high school homework. We have like his crayon drawings from when he was like in middle school and stuff and doing homages to
there were some holy relics that survived. Did the ring survive?
Oh, the class ring? Yeah.
His class ring of power, whatever happened
notice
to
that
it.
he is wearing a Sonichu medallion in the thing that I'm casting to you.
Not the original, is it?
No, but it's filthy and disgusting. It's one of the really old ones. Embedded in that, he actually presses the ring into the back and combines the power of the Sonichu medallion and the class ring. So I think the class ring is actually inside.
So he has the class ring still.
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Oh, the trolls lost, bro. They never got the ring of power. Now they'll never be able to stop him, buddy. What else did he have? He had the Optimus Prime poster that kept him straight.
No, that was
Remember
the Sailor Moon.
The Sailor Moon poster, and he put it up in the video where it was like Jack Thaddeus blackmailed him into saying he was gay. Do you remember? And he's like, and because he wasn't wearing the ring or whatever, it was not a true and honest video. And he had the Sailor Moon poster to show that he was straight, something like this.
One of the users on the forum, his name is Marvin. He was the man in the pickle suit. He's been around for a very, very long time, and I really like Marvin. And if he ever left the forum, I would be heartbroken. But he once imparted to me a wisdom after he had already given up on Chris, way before anybody else on the forum did. And he said that when you try to troll Chris, sometimes you'll think that you have this damning blow to him. You got him to say that he's gay, or you destroyed his Sonichu medallion and pickle juice. And then he has this incredible mental plasticity where he's like, actually, it was this thing the whole time, and I don't care about that at all.
As a matter of fact, the goalpost is shifted.
Yeah,
the win condition is different now, bitch.
He's really good at that in ways that surprise people because, like, surely he's autistic. If he loses this thing, he'll have a meltdown. But then, apropos of literally nothing, provoked by nobody, he goes into a GameStop and sees a cardboard cutout of Sonic the Hedgehog with blue arms, and he maces somebody in a fit of rage and like hysterics. So it's like you never really know what happens with him, and that's why it's always been kind of a guiding.
He's a very mercurial figure, and he's assumed many different shapes and forms over his time online. Yes. And this is the new, like, he believes in the dimensional merge and the alternate dimensions and all this stuff.
That's
now,
hard
right?
to explain. And the idea guys actually swear that they had no part of this, but he became obsessed with like this. It's either an anime or a video game called Hyperdimensional Neptunia or something. And from what I get, all the anime girls in it are named after lines of processors for computers. And I have no idea what it's about, but he claims to be Blueheart, which is one of the anime girls from that. And he says that the dimensions that every fictional thought, every like Charlie Brown,
and right.
they're on their own pocket dimensions, and one day they're all going to sandwich back together.
It's kind of like a Imagination Land in South Park or something like that, right?
Exactly.
Yes. Yeah.
So one day they're all going to sandwich back together, and when that happens, he'll regain his powers because he's actually this long line of reincarnated gods and stuff, which includes fictional gods like Blueheart and
of course.
Stuff. So,
and but it all makes sense.
The Jesus stuff, I accidentally fulfilled a prophecy. He started calling himself Jesus after he went to jail, and if you don't remember, I'll break this down real quick.
Does, you know,
the timeline of how this worked is that I was helping him do commissions. And the idea was that I would pay for.
When you say you were helping him do commissions, it kind of sounds like a bit gay. Like, is there porno commissions?
No,
or what?
It's not. It's OnlyFans spicy content.
Yeah,
I know that the kids have their own lingo these days. No, he was literally just doing crayon
the
marker
definition
drawings.
has changed. Okay, right.
So, and people were paying for them. So he actually, this was my test. I was trying to see if I could actually help Chris do something long term that would support him. So I did a thing where it's like, let's get Chris to Everfree Northwest. I approximate it'll cost about $5,000 to get him there, get him a hotel, get the things that he needs because he wants like a spandex suit to dress up as a character or some shit. So all that together, $5,000, and then there's a little bit extra money in case he gets into a accident. And if there's any extra, he'll just get the money, left over. But I'll be making sure that it doesn't go to anything that it shouldn't. So he actually can go to Everfree Northwest, which is a Brony convention in Washington.
So you're basically this guy's dad in personal
I was basically
handler.
an autistic man's dad for a little while.
Yeah, you're the replacement internet lumberjack, yes.
And I got together a big spreadsheet. I put down the email address and their request, and I said five a day. Because there were like 100 requests, they paid $50 each. Here you go. Do 5 a day in 20 days. By the time you're done, you'll get to go to Everfree Northwest. And he did it. He went down and did 5 a day. Sometimes he felt really good. He'd do 10. So it was like, wow, great. Everybody was super happy with their drawings. It was going phenomenal. The money had cash in my account, so it was ready to go. And
you know what's crazy is that you were more successful tard wrangling him than I was with Phil. I couldn't get Phil to do anything. Phil is actually stupider than Chris Chan, if you can believe it. Like,
Chris wanted to go to Everfree Northwest and have a good time. Okay, He really loved going to conventions, and I had warned him because he had been kicked out of conventions. Like, you really got to be on your best behavior because if you fuck this one up, and especially Chris, especially if you do anything creepy towards women, you will be kicked out of every convention. convention. So you have to make sure that you're not weird around kids, that you don't touch women weird, because
You know, that's a concern with the person you're talking to.
It
buddy,
is.
Don't be weird about kids, buddy.
Don't be weird about kids and women. Just, be good with your hands,
like,
okay?
How do you find yourself in a situation where you're having to tell a guy, don't be creepy around
Don't be
kids?
handsy, okay? Yeah, look, okay. I'm just covering my bases because I don't want to get in trouble, okay? I don't want to be vicariously in trouble.
Well, you did anyway, but
I know, right? So,
all right.
By the end of this, we're planning. Like, he's going in a couple days. He's going. Tickets are bought. They're expecting him. Like, it's happening. There's a countdown.
Yeah.
And then it comes out that he's fucking his mom, and there's a calamity going.
God, it's a total disaster train wreck.
And I don't believe it at first because it's coming from Isabel Yanka, who is not reliable. She's like an animal sadist. So no, I'm not sure.
What happened to her? She got like a bad punishment in the end,
parents
right?
Are glowies. There's actually a video of Michael Yanka, her father, speaking on a convention stage with Matthew Prince, the owner of Cloudflare. And this was all before Cloudflare dropped us, incidentally, in case you're wondering.
And now there's the Kiwi flare. And that you invented that?
Yes, it is a very simple proof of work concept. I'm actually in the process. I stopped my work for today to be here with you. I'm rewriting the entire thing. It's going to be named Tartarus, which is the mountain that Sisyphus has to roll the boulder.
I'm glad you took time away from being productive to be retarded with me today.
You have to.
That's good.
In balance.
It's not every day I talk with somebody who's actually able to accomplish something.
Well, don't count your chickens. I have to get it done first.
Oh.
Anyways, so Chris fucked his mom. Didn't believe it at first. And I didn't believe it until he got arrested because something had happened. She went to the hospital or something and said it. And so they were like, the bumfuck nowhere county police are like, what the fuck? This is like an A-list celebrity had an incest scandal in the middle of nowhere. Nobody had any faculties to process this. So after he got arrested, he was then no, he wasn't even arrested first. They issued an emergency restraining order saying you can't go to the house, you can't be around her, and you cannot take her money. So he had to find a place. I said, Chris, listen up.
The parking lot?
The parking lot, yes.
You became a strict dad, huh?
I did.
Tough love.
No, this is incredibly important.
Yeah.
He had no money, nothing. He spent everything that he had on bullshit. He had like $200 in his bank account. And no, I remember this. Okay, I told him. I said, look, the money, I will dispense it all to you. Because I guess you're not going to Everfree now. You're getting arrested for incest. I'm going to dispense the money to you. But you have to stay. You have to find some place to sleep tonight. And you can't go to your house. So go to a Walmart parking lot where it's well lit and sleep in the truck. And I even told him, I said, maybe look up at the sky and think about what decisions you've made that have led you to this decision, to this point in your life. And then the next time we spoke, he said that he had gotten a hotel. I'm like, how the fuck did you get a hotel room? And he said that God had given him money in abundance. Where I'm like, and then I found out that he had withdrawn because
Barb.
I had access to his email, and I got email alerts from Bank of America saying that Barbara Chandler had sent $700 to Chris. Sorry, let me pause real quick.
Restarting the recording here.
Yeah, we were talking about how he had taken the money in abundance that God had given him to find a hotel room, and then he went to the Charlottesville Mall and bought a bunch of toys and food, and immediately spent all that money. And I had known because I had access to his email account that he had sent himself money from Barb's bank, and he lied to me. He lied to me directly in a way that he couldn't recover from, and so I had already received the money from GoFundMe, and I asked them to refund everybody and said, we can't because you've already been dispersed. I said, no, you're going to take this $5,000 and give it the fuck back to people right now.
Yeah, because you're fucked now if you give it to the motherfucker, right? Like, you're motherfucked then.
So I had to abort that plan, and I had to force GoFundMe to take $5,000 back. Which they did.
You did okay. So you didn't actually distribute the money to Chris, because I had always heard you gave Chris the $5,000.
No, and that's in fact why he was so mad at me, because he expected that money, and when I just didn't give it to him, he was like, "Oh, well, I guess I'm fucked now. I just spent the last money that I stole from my mom on a bunch of bullshit."
Well,
which he wasn't.
Get what you fucking deserve, you piece of shit. Yeah.
So, when he was in jail, there was one particularly desperate man who was writing him and trying to be his pen pal that Chris was familiar enough with to actually respond to, and he published the correspondence that he had with
What
Chris.
the hell?
So this is Chris's actual writings, and it's a little bit unhinged, but
Oh, you don't say.
yeah. So this is. Let me just get to the Jesus part because I want to show you how I fulfilled the prophecy. Okay.
Okay.
I guess it's a little long. I don't want to read it all.
But you wrote like an essay and a
No,
half on this.
I translated this.
Do you ever think that sometimes you look at this and you go, fuck, did I waste my life?
No, nothing that is fun is not worth doing.
You're right. That's right, buddy. As long as you're having fun. Oh, man.
Well,
All
he
right.
says, you may relay all the contents of this letter to Joshua Null Moon and forward a physical copy to David Heidelberg, his attorney. And everyone should
Heidelberg.
That's right.
That's quite. Is he Jewish?
I think so.
That's quite an unfortunate name for a Jew to have, eh? Heidelberg?
Heil just means hail. Like
yeah, I know.
It says this, okay. First and vitally, it should be made obvious and clear that aside from Andy Warhol, my life events at present and so far can directly be compared and matched with that which have been chronicled of none other than Jesus Christ of Nazareth himself in any Holy Bible.
First of all, Andy Warhol, I'm surprised he's even referencing Andy Warhol to begin with. Second of all, it's quite the leap to go from Andy Warhol to Jesus Christ, no? Like, that's quite something.
I can't remember how. I mean, that's one of those things where it's like you have no idea what he's talking about. The reigning theory of what happened in regards to how Chris came to this conclusion is that they give Bibles to every inmate, and so in an abundance of boredom, he actually read the Bible, and then he got
the only way to get people to read it. Yeah.
And then while reading it, he apparently saw some allegories about the crucifixion of Christ and what he believes. I don't know if it actually says this.
Stop. Go ahead.
Is it betrayed?
I think I have an idea where this is going. You know.
Yeah. Friday. Okay. So forced out of my home and the temple. That's what he calls his house.
The temple. Oh God, this is so Kino. This is great. Okay.
The temple is like the narrow point between the parallel Neptunia dimensions, and it just so happens to be his home. So that's like its place of worship.
I keep doing asides, but like 14 Branchland Court, has it ever been rebuilt? And will it be a museum?
It was never completely destroyed. The fire that took place in the bathroom made it basically uninhabitable. I don't know if you've ever been to a house that has had a partial fire, but it smells like burned plastic. And if you try to sleep there, it will cause like serious respiratory issues, but they just live with it.
Oh, they still live there?
Yes, it's never been destroyed.
Oh my God, I didn't realize that anyone still fucking lived there.
Yeah, Mom still does. And he now lives on his own. I believe that Flutter and the new managers, they set him up with his own place, but Barb still lives there. I lived in a house for a brief amount of time with a friend and his brother, and they had a fire in the kitchen. And it was like the air quality was just abysmal. And like my friend was snoring so loud that he would like choke in his sleep. So I bought like an air filter and it immediately like helped him not choke to death while sleeping.
Yeah.
And I just can't imagine living there day after day for years, inhaling that kind of air quality. Because it's like their house is filled with trash, which ignited. So it is a house filled with trash and like animal feces.
It is a literal trash fire.
Yeah, literally, and they sleep in it. So it's like no wonder why he's lost his fucking mind. He's been asphyxiating in his sleep on microplastics for 10 years. But anyways, says having nowhere else to go and having had less than $50 between pocket money and only a couple of bucks or so in my bank, no money in my PayPal, Patreon was not due for a payout until Sunday, and SSI was not coming to my bank until Tuesday. Harriet and Tom Ashby cast me out before I even arrived to Midlothian.
Cast me out!
Harriet and Tom were his uncles, and when they had heard that there was an issue with Barb, they actually let their weird-ass cousin that they known to stay the fuck away from come over. And then, while he was in transit to Midlothian to go to their house, they discovered why she had an issue. And they said, don't you fucking come here.
Foolish question, but I guess all his credit cards were maxed out or he didn't have credit.
Yes,
Okay,
all of
yeah,
his.
I
He
figured.
has like the most predatory credit cards that have ever existed, and they're always maxed out.
Great.
So Harriet and Tom Ashby cast me out before I even arrived to Midlothian. The van was not majorly uncomfortable. Josh had wired $1,000 to my bank that Friday, but it would not arrive until after on Monday. Little food and options, and you try bumming in any parking lot without feeling insecure and paranoid. I needed safety and comfort as quickly as possible. That is why I transferred that money. I was going to pay it back in full. By the way, this is why he actually got arrested before his
Has he
trial.
ever paid anything back in full? Because
No.
like, no.
No, I don't
what a
think so.
fuck, it's just such an obvious lie. It's brutal. I was gonna pay it back in full. Come on.
Yeah, his mom. No, I think that's even why he got arrested, is that it was explicitly mentioned in his restraining order that he can't steal from her. And he did. He stole from her.
Yeah,
He
he did.
withdrew
And
money
right
from her
on the
bank account.
record, like open and shut, like the transaction is right there. And
Yeah. And I contacted the police about it. I said, look, here's the email. He stole money from his mom. Fuck him. So I did. I sent him. I was pissed. I was so pissed. I just spent all this fucking time trying to help this guy, and he fucks his mom.
Yeah,
that's how he repays me in full.
I know. Well, I gotta ask, like looking back on it now, do you wish you didn't attempt to help Chris?
It's a hard question because I don't know. I think that it ended up as well as it could have. Like that had no impact on him fucking his mom. What it did have an impact in is him who found out and what they were able to do with it. Because if it was just what's her face and she was able to leak things out for attention like she wanted to and like hide herself while doing it, like she was evil and sadistic. She what happened to her was possibly worth the drama. Was exposing her and as well. So I don't know. It's a hard question. Things came out as well for me as they possibly could have, given the circumstances. So it's not like I live with regrets.
No, I think the same thing about getting involved with Phil. Like, but I had a lot of fun with it. But at the same time, it's just
I think you that worked out really well for you. You got involved. I almost don't want to say this, but you got in there to piss off all the DSP detractors, and then you accidentally tricked DSP into liking you, and then you got involved with him and got all this attention on you, and then you fucked him over and won back the DSP detractors. So you played like every side perfectly, like a Machiavellian sense.
No, what do you? There's no Machiavellianness to PPP. PPP's retarded. I'm a fucking retard. What are you talking about? Not a manipulative person. No.
Wrote the book on how to manipulate all sides in internet blood sports.
Yeah. The 48 laws of lolcow or some bullshit. Yeah, I bet.
Exactly.
All right.
Anyways, little food and options and try. Okay, bumming in the parking lot. That is why I transferred the money I was going to pay back. Even had 150 from Patreon on Sunday. That would have went straight to Barbie Chan's bank account. I would have
That's
paid
what you call it, Barbie Chan?
Barbie Chan. When they became lovers, her name changed to Barbie.
The cringe of it. Steph.
Remaining 600 Monday or Tuesday, but no, had to fail his destined test and betrayed me.
Judas Iscariot.
Literally.
Buddy.
That's what he's saying.
You fucking snaked him in the garden of Gethsemane, buddy. That's brutal. How could you do that to our Lord and Savior, Chris Chan Sonichu Prime?
Like I was betrayed and jailed with a kiss over 2,000 years ago. Now.
He's really doing it. He went all the way with it. Let's go.
Now, and as part of the past arrest, I have absolutely no way to fulfill that repentance or anything else digital. Malachi 3:16-15. I repeat all that personally. Now, all of you had to over-drama and fail your worldwide test of faith upon me. And then I'll just read this part. Why and what the hell? Emmanuel, God above all other gods and goddesses, and one of my mentors herself, Emmanuel, she, her pronouns, herself had deemed me to heal, cleanse, and clear Barbara through sex of all her past sins and regrets and improve her abilities directly and personally as her goddess.
He should have never got out of the cell, no?
I mean, they didn't know what to do. The reason why he got out is that he stayed in jail.
There's nothing they can do, right?
No, nothing. He stayed in jail for as long as the potential maximum charge would have allowed them to arrest him for. So they reached like a ticking clock where it's like the case went on so long, they had no idea what to do. They had mental health people coming in, and then they just ran out the time. And it's like, we can't keep him in jail anymore because even if he was convicted, he already would have had time served for the entire sentence. So they just had to let him go.
Yeah, I mean, there's not really resources allotted in society to deal with this, is there? Like,
No.
what do you do? Like,
No.
because in reality, he should probably live in like an assisted living home, right?
Yeah.
For his life. Like, but because I don't know, like, I guess he functions on his own now, right? I guess.
He gets a lot of help from other people, but I always believed he could live on his own because he's not properly dangerous. I don't even know what you would call this.
He's like a I don't know if you can call him harmless though, because he fucked his mom.
He believed it was consensual, as he explains here. We
Okay,
mainly
but
cuddled,
just because
soul
you
bonded,
believe
and
it's
talked.
consentful,
Consentful, and emotionally and mentally supportive and
He's
healing.
new words to cope about this. It's consentful. Okay. Right. Okay.
I did, as I had done for and with the chosen few back in Israel over 2,000 years ago in cleansing them. So Jesus apparently fucked all his followers, according to Chris. More details from the Bible.
Koresh version of Jesus at this point, right? Like, okay.
Right. Had been more details for the Bibles that had been overlooked and left out. They forgot when they had the Council of Nicaea or whatever. They just forgot this part where Jesus was having sex with everybody to heal them.
Oh, okay.
We gods had eased up on views of adultery. Why else do you have all pro-gay, pro-lesbian, pro-trans in the past decades? Everyone involved were all genuinely deeply happy, content, and spiritually satisfied with themselves and each other, as long as all are over the age of consent. And
which is what? Which is what? Like, what the fuck?
Look,
I don't know.
70.
70 is the true and honest age of consent, right? Like,
right.
Oh, man.
Anyways, he's genuinely spiritually happy. It is good. My thought is this, okay? Here's the real spiritual conundrum of this. If I am Judas and Christian is Jesus, me selling him out was part of the prophecy, was it not?
Well, that's always like the old Gnostic contradiction, right? They'll say like Judas was a hero because he fulfilled his part in God's plan and da-da-da-da-da, right? It's like, was he really predestined to always betray him? I don't know, Josh. This is a question for the real theologians, for the big boys out there.
I don't think so. I think that, no, I mean, I don't think so. And he hanged himself, which is an unforgivable sin.
I always had was God predestined the plan, but not the man. It was always
exactly. It was going to be somebody, but it just
it was going to be
Judas.
somebody. Judas still had the free will choice to betray him or not, and chose to betray him, right? But you know, Calvinists will say there is no such thing as free will, and everything is deterministic.
Yeah.
But
I'm going to give you my spiritual hot take on that. You ready?
Go ahead.
I think God turns a blind eye. Is that cringe? Is that a cringe take?
I don't know. I mean, God is not a respecter of persons, right? So, and the Bible says that God wishes that all men could be saved. So it can't be true if there's a reprobate class that's just damned no matter what. It can't be true that God wishes that all men be saved and he's not a respecter of persons. But I'm sure there's some Calvinists listening who will disagree and tell us that John Calvin
really small
knew best.
Group of people, because it's like I feel like,
well, the Calvinism isn't that popular amongst online Christians, right? It's more like either you're an ortho bro, a trad cath. Maybe there's like followers of Stephen Anderson that are Baptists or whatever. Maybe, I don't know.
There's a German word called Götterfunken, which means divine spark. And I feel like that's kind of what it is. People have the divine spark, and so they take a part of divinity. That's how you can have a totally omniscient, all-powerful God, but have him not predetermine people.
Well,
shares with you
now,
the Götterfunken.
This is. Are you ready for the cope?
Okay,
it's basically what you said. God can choose not to know.
Exactly.
That's
if he's all powerful, he can choose not to know certain things.
Yes.
And not be a contradiction.
Yes.
Bish.
The
Matter of
fedora,
fact,
the fedoras are seething right now. They're tipping their fedora. They're like, actually, that's a logical contradiction. It doesn't make any sense.
hey.
Welcome to religion,
If
bitch.
God is all good, whence cometh the evil,
There
motherfucker?
you go, bitch. What do you have to say about that, crust face? Huh?
Debunked by Aristotle more than
There
2,000
you
years
go.
ago.
We've felt it, these concepts many times over the millennia.
I was
Adam Green will tell you.
Shamefully, I guess this is kind of in the vein, the spirit of the occasion, but shamefully, many years ago when I was younger, I was a big fan of a certain banana enjoyer.
Well, I feel like everybody was. I watched his videos. I watched them. And, of course, raised Christian, I disagree with him, but he had some funny videos. He did. He had some funny takes. He was really a good performer and high energy and stuff like that. But, I go to his videos today now and they're just shit. Have you watched?
Yeah.
And
No.
he's not even Amazing Atheist now. Like, he's changed his name completely because there's all sorts of scandal about whether he's a pedophile or not.
Really?
Did you see this whole situation where there's some lower level people exposing him for past comments I think he made on some forums and in some videos?
Oh, did he do like an age of consent thing? I think,
yeah,
I'll be charitable. I think everyone has done, like, when you're like 20 or whatever and you're like a debate bro, you're going to debate age of consent and look like a retard by the time you're 30. It's inevitable.
Listen, never be a debate bro and never talk about age of consent. There's no way to have like an actual conversation about age of consent in public. There's no way. You're just felted.
Your
the
own.
age of consent. Listen,
lolicon and age of consent. I call it the third wire. You never touch the third wire. You never go near it. You never think about it. Don't think you don't speak it.
Already we fucked up.
Look, the answer
just by invoking it and by giving that take, everybody involved is a pedophile, right? So
the answer is age divided by 2 plus 7 PPP. That is the answer. It's the answer to everything.
The answer is that every person under the age of 30 is a child.
That's the feminist.
And that's well, maybe they're right. Maybe they're right, buddy.
If you exclusively have sex with 30-plus-year-olds, nobody will ever give you shit for it.
You can only date somebody either 1 year older than you or the same age. Anything outside of that is grooming. You understand?
That's been me.
This is the world
everybody
that we
I've been
live
with has been
now.
within a year of me. That's why I have walked through the valley of darkness for 13 years, and nobody has ever caught me with a stray for anything unbetowards, okay?
I'm sure. The righteous man, Josh Moon, walketh in the true way. Let's go.
Okay. We've actually managed to make Chris last almost an hour. So let me just.
You told me like this podcast, we're going to go 2 hours. I told you to do 2 hours in our fucking. So it's going to be 4 hours.
I'm actually a little bit. I'm so used to streaming by myself that I forgot when you add entropy. It's not just like it lasts twice as long. It lasts like many times as long because you go back and forth.
Yeah, and I'm asking questions and you're talking and then I talk. It's fun. We're having a conversation.
I can't believe it. I'm used to just ranting at myself and screaming at my
Well, I used to do that too. And now I have Worski. So
is that a warning?
Well,
warning?
Be careful, buddy. Now you're getting pulled down into the pit of retardation with PPP here. Holy.
I don't think I've ever had anything close to a co-host ever. I've been very isolated. I'll tell you this: I don't have any of my mods, and I never have on Discord or Signal or anything. They have my personal phone number.
It's for the best.
And they have my personal phone number. If anything happens, they know to call me, and they do sometimes. If there's like a serious issue, and it's like the middle of the night because some of them are in Europe. But
they don't be somebody fucking lost their arm or something like fucking call you.
In the few times it's happened, it was worth the call. So they have my trust in determining when to do that. But yeah, no, I don't have any weird like special. Even the 4chan guys, they have Discord and they talk to each other on Discord.
Oh, I have no idea how any of that shit works. The 4chan moderator. Well, I guess they're back up. Like everybody just trusts it now and is back posting there again.
Well,
And
nothing happened. The guy that hacked it was afraid of doing financial crimes because he figured the government would actually care if he did anything financial related. So he actually didn't post any sensitive information and just like dumped the source code.
that's wise. I think that's probably best.
This is probably a kid in the U.S. and he didn't want to get in trouble.
And then for him, it's like a big feather in his cap that he took down 4chan or whatever, and he's the guy who did it for a while. You feel good about that, I'm sure.
They call it gray hat when you do that. When you just do it for fun, as opposed to black hat.
Which are you?
Me? I'm a white hat. My fedora is
You're not a
white.
black hat, buddy? You got the black cow avatar. It's all very goth. It's all very like emo.
It's this album art for Shaky Graves.
Yeah. Okay.
One day when I'm finally thin, it'll happen. I'm gonna go find a cow head and recreate this photo in person.
You should just get on cam, buddy.
No.
Why not, buddy?
Because I like you. I run a risk of getting shot in public. That's a real thing that could happen.
You don't think somebody will shoot me in public?
With what?
I'm a pretty big target.
With
Canada.
what?
What are they gonna do? But
they're gonna get a slingshot and fucking shoot
their
rocks at
moose
you.
hunting rifle or 30-06 and take me out. We can still own some guns, you know. It's not
if
totally
someone's walking
gunless.
around with a 30-06 shotgun, you're gonna notice it before they pop
all you need is a fucking license. You just have to get your gun license here in Canada, governor. You got to get your possession and acquisition license, it's called, Josh. And you have to go and do a training course where you actually have to know how to like assemble, disassemble the rifle, properly maintain it and stuff like that. It's like a driver's license test.
In the U.S., we can't even convince people to put their guns in a safe or somewhere out of the reach of children.
Well,
that's where most gun deaths are, by the way. It's children shooting themselves because Papa left his gun out.
There are pros and cons to both systems. No, I'm going to have my freedom. 1776 will commence again. I'm pro Second Amendment, by the way. Everybody like, you fucking cock, you can of cock, you piece of fucking shit. You're not supporting a fucking American citizen owning a nuclear weapon? What are you, fucking pussy? Should be able to own tanks, fucking atomic warfare?
I'm just saying, if we had nuclear weapons for domestic private ownership, we would have a much more fair government.
It's true. The government would be in fear of the people. When Josh Moon gets debanked, he just fucking launches on Washington, D.C., the full atomic warfare.
My one cringe anime reference is like, if I had the Death Note, man, I'd fill that fucker
Here it comes.
out. Back to front, tiny print.
You love your anime,
no,
Josh.
it's just the one concept.
You growing up loved anime. It was your favorite thing. And now you see all the other cringe posters and you hide your true and honest love of anime.
I didn't even like Dragon Ball. My favorite anime growing up was Pokemon. Okay.
Gotta catch them all.
Then
you
the
became
best
the
rap song of
lolcow
all
collector, right? You gotta catch them all. You became just like that.
Not quite, but when I was a kid, I'm gonna tell you a true story. You ready? This is deep lore. When I was a very little kid, my mom and I were having burgers, and she mentioned something about it was taking a long time, and she had this thing that she would say when they took a long time. It's like, are they back there killing the cow? And I'm like, don't say that. I don't want to think about that. And then when we got the burgers and I was eating, she started going sadly, moo. Moo. So
it's like when it's too raw and you say this burger is still mooing or this steak is still mooing, right?
It made me really sad though. And she said, well, if that makes you sad, don't eat beef. So for many years, I did not eat beef at all.
So you were a G. You're a spiritual G.
I ate fried chicken. I ate pork. I just did not eat beef until I worked.
Yeah, go ahead.
Until I worked at Whataburger. And then they insisted I have a burger at the Whataburger that I worked at. And then I started eating beef again. But my point was I had developed an affinity for cows. And so like my name on lots of websites had some kind of cow in it. And then eventually I became who I am. And it's just like this weird thread about cows throughout my entire life.
That's amazing, isn't it? It all is strung together. You know what? I told you this story in our 90-minute pre-cap, but I'm gonna tell it here now just for fun. You guys want to hear a divine sign? So I went out and got some snow globes at Michael's here in Canada, and I got a Hanukkah snow globe, which like you wound it up, it said Hava Nagila. I got like a snow globe of Santa's workshop, and I got a snow globe of a nativity scene. And my lazy ass left all this shit in the car. I didn't want to bring it in because it was snowing, and I'm like, oh, it's cold. So I'll just leave it. Well, obviously, in the Arctic tundra of Canada, you can't fucking do that. So I come out in the morning to the car to get my shit. The Santa snow globe has shattered. The Hanukkah snow globe has shattered. But the Nativity snow globe survived. So the false gods of Santa and Hanukkah were destroyed. And our true and honest Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, is it a sign? Is it the way? I don't know.
Definitely a lot of people would take that as a sign, I think.
You know, even I'm like, I don't really believe in that, but it's like, wow, this is powerful. You see the forces of Hanukkah, like a menorah inside it with a polar bear, and it's all destroyed, and the menorah's felted, and there's water all over the back seat of my car. Santa's been felted, but Jesus reigns supreme in his dome. So
do you have the snow globe? Where is it?
I would be able to fetch it. I could.
You got to put it back there by the
maybe next time. Yeah, I got to. I have it currently in my snow globe display because I like snow globes.
Seriously?
I have the snow globe display. Yeah, I have a box of snow globes that I bring out for this time of year.
Fascinating. I'm gonna remember that. I keep weird trivia long term, and I forget a lot of important stuff.
You don't say, huh?
Yeah,
you
no, I do. I forget.
Uh-huh.
I forget very important things about. I forget how old I am constantly, but I remember weird shit from Wikipedia and about random people. I'll remember the snow globe thing. I'm gonna send you a snow globe one day.
There you go. Ooh, let's go. The Kiwi Farm snow globe. Unfortunately, the shirt you fucking sent me, I got blackout drunk and puked all over it. And I told you that already.
Rare,
the
bro.
fucking the Halloween. I was so fucking sad. I'm like, I really like this shirt, but
was it the Viking one that I get you?
No, it was the one where it's like the howling at the moon, like that was like the werewolf.
Oh,
Josh.
Yeah.
That
was a good one. You shouldn't have thrown up on that one. That was a good design.
Well, I didn't mean to, but I think I drank like a 40 ounce of fucking rum or something.
Don't do that.
Fuck it.
Well, I got a little bit scared. I stopped drinking through November because I was having like 2 glasses of gin and tonic a night for like a.
Oh, you can't do that.
I know. So
I don't fucking drink now unless I go to the bar for UFC or something, and then or a football game. Then I'll drink. If people are there, but I don't drink at home anymore because it's fucking,
sad. We have to pay attention to the ghost of Christmas future, which is Ralph.
It's just, yeah, exactly, buddy. You gotta look at like Ricada, Ralph, and be like, geez, do I really need to have this drink? Probably not. But really, the big thing for me has been just how sick it makes me the next day. It's just like you just feel like total fucking shit.
Yeah.
And then everything you do that next day is all fucking felted, like you're not making it.
Yeah. I haven't drank until I felt sick in a long time. So I don't know. I'm just very stressed. So I have a drink at night and I watch a film.
This is your cope you have to drink. His owner and operator of the Kiwi Farms.
I choose to.
Get on the weed, Josh.
No, I can't stand any intoxicant that makes me less productive. I have a very scattered mind.
Alcohol makes you more productive? Are you gonna start on the Addies then, or the fucking?
If I was gonna become a drug addict, I definitely would take Adderall or something. But I don't know. I don't want to develop an addiction.
It's fucking crazy. Like you don't have to eat, you don't have to sleep, you just have unlimited energy. But I feel like it's like overclocking a computer where it's just gonna melt your fucking brain. Yeah. It's what it does, right?
It does. It changes your brain chemistry, yeah. And then you start to depend on it, so then you need it.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I have like a really built-in fear of like addiction, so I try to keep everything in moderation.
No, buddy, you should go balls deep, just like
No.
Ricada. You should, buddy. I'll get you up here to Canada and we'll get you on the good stuff. You and Worski will go skiing.
Okay, let me get one more guy in before I guess we'll switch over. And then if you want to see another.
Fuck, I don't know how, what are we doing? The show is supposed to be fucking 2 hours. Like, how long have we been talking on this recording?
1 hour.
Only an hour?
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
We talked for about an hour and 45 minutes before.
Okay, that's why. So in reality, the podcast has been going for 3 hours. Let's get. Okay.
Okay, I accidentally cut out the audio. That's fine. Yeah, so I don't know if there's demand for our religious conversations. I guess we can do a second podcast and rake in the Christian dollars.
I don't think there's any demand for it at all, to tell you the truth. And if there is, those people are twisted. You know, they want to hear PPP and Josh Moon's take on religion. Like, okay, guys, here you go. Here comes our retard takes. Let's go.
It can't be any worse than Nick Fuentes, and people do want to hear him talk about religion.
Yeah, but that's not a good thing. It's not a good thing. It really isn't a good thing that people listen to anything I say at all, really. But they do, so thank God.
Well, I don't know. I used to feel that way too, and then I realized I probably am more qualified to opinionate about certain things than a lot of people, so I just have to accept the fact.
Oh, yeah.
Tragic.
There you go. You're just enlightened by your own intelligence and brilliance, my friend, and you must bring that light to the masses who are yearning for it, my friend. You are a lighthouse in the stormy shores of ignorance.
Apparently I am. Okay, if I wasn't...
The Kiwi Farms, the flame of light and liberty and truth there.
Your torch lights the way, John Potter.
Let you want to hear what a brave stance you took, Josh. Your torch lights the way. He's so iconic, bro. What are we going to do without him? Like, I don't know, man.
Oh, we're going to have to do what they did with Chris when Chris stopped being fun. They're going to have to try and find another ones. We're going to have to, like, do auditions. Like,
it'll never be the same. Maybe I'll transform into him. That's my final destiny, is just to be a hollering alcoholic and fuck you, Josh. You ruined my life, bitch. I don't know. Or maybe I'll end up as Jim Sterling. There's like two paths, really, right?
Jim Sterling. You don't have
inside
That's avoidable.
Of PPP is two animals. Jim Sterling and Ralph. Which one are you going to be? I don't know. Hopefully that doesn't happen. That's like the dark timeline, you know. All right, what do we got here, Josh?
Brad Watson. He is from Miami. He is the reincarnation of Jesus H. Christ, Albert Einstein, Da Vinci, Galileo, Lincoln, Robert E. Lee, Rosa Franklin. I think FDR is what he means by Franklin. He considers himself a spiritual reincarnation of many, many people. And what he wrote is sort of like his thesis from 2012.
This is fucking amazing, bro. Is this like a blog? Like, is this?
This is a blog. This is sevenseals.blogspot.com. But it only has like
Blogspot. I recognize the format.
So let me just scroll.
So like archaic and of the past. Like the whole layout of this and everything. Like there's nothing that looks like this or is like this today. Do you know what I'm saying? Like look at this shit.
This
it's just like schizophrenic babblings of a fucking lunatic. And this is what the internet was really made for, was so that people could share truly unique, insane perspectives like this. Not so that we could get listed the top 10 movie moments by Watch Mojo or fucking short form TikTok brain rot, buddy. This is the real Kino. Look at it. It just keeps going and going.
Someone gave me the breakdown about like the Kai Kennett Streamer Awards.
Yeah.
It's like, that's not what this is for. We don't want to hear black people squabbling. We want
There are no coin incidences.
Yeah. So I'll just scroll through. This is how long it is. It's very, 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 very long. Mm-hmm. It's like Time Cube-esque. Okay. This is a guy obsessed with numerology, and people obsessed with numerology are fucking crazy. I think without exception, people who try to find patterns
Yes.
and prime numbers and shit, they are nuts.
They're
There's something
surfer
wrong with you.
maxing. They're
Yeah,
surfer maxing, you know? There's prime
and
mathematical efficiency there, buddy.
the numbers that he's most obsessed with is 7 and 4. And I explained this to you, but it's a really like farcical obsession because his the way he arrived at this is primarily that the word God, G is the seventh letter and D is the fourth letter, and the letter 0 or the letter O is like the number 0, so he just omits that. And it's like
Right? Yeah.
it just
Go
doesn't make
ahead.
any sense because like the Latin alphabet and alphabetical order, like that's much after like the Bible, which was written in
Well,
Konai. He said it's Konai Greek is most of it, right? It's some
Konai
Aramaic.
Greek is like the New Testament. Yeah. But I mean, Josh, what you're neglecting there is that the devil is putting those lies in your head. That
Well, what
voice that's
I
telling you it
suppose
doesn't make sense, that's of the devil, buddy. It's like when he
is
planted
that
the
how they guilt trip
dinosaur
you in the
bones
church?
to deceive us, buddy. They planted the dinosaur bones to deceive us. I had all
Basically,
those creationist books. Like I grew up young earth creationist. The earth was literally 6,000 years old. And we had like books that you would read to prove it. And that evolution was a scam.
dude.
And
In Pensacola,
we
there is
lived in the
a
garden with the dinosaurs. Like all these books in Pensacola, Florida. Is it the creation? Which is it, Josh? Because I've
no.
been
That's in Arkansas that you're thinking of. That has the full scale Noah's
no,
Ark that explained how it was
I
possible.
went there. I
Oh,
went there.
really?
I've been to the creation. It's in Kentucky, and
Ah,
there's two parts to it. There's the Noah's Ark experience, which is amazing. How many millions of dollars they poured into this? And I met Ken Ham. Ken Ham's one of my heroes. I shook his hand. I got his autograph. I bought his book. I told him, you know, I grew up listening to your lectures and you know stuff like this on young earth creationism. The ark is a marvel to behold, man. And they have all these recreations inside the ark of like the primitive type animals that they theorize existed then, and they're all like these beautiful like wax creations. It's like a multi-million dollar production. And then in like at the creation museum, this is high level shit. Like this isn't like a joke. If you go out there, man, they have every like this crazy exhibits of like man living with dragons and stuff like this. They have like a whole thing about how dragons are real and like the Leviathan was real. It's super cool. If you ever get the chance to go to the Creation Museum and especially the Noah's Ark recreation, you got to do it. It's just like a whole other world, you know?
I did not know it was so thorough. I thought it was like a little joke because that's how they portray it.
No,
Like when they talk about it.
it's no joke. And if you actually didn't know anything, like if you weren't like really like a skeptic type person and you went in there, you would be 100% convinced that was all real because they have like a pseudo scientific justification for everything. Like the flood and they explain how it would have worked and like every single like you know, evolution like argument, they have like a counter for it. And as you go through the museum, like you'll show the evolutionist argument and then the counter argument that they have. And you could definitely be convinced. Like it's really professional and well done. Like the people involved in it are smart people and they're very, very well funded. Like the money like that's involved is crazy, crazy.
Well, the Pensacola University is not so interesting, but they do have jean skirts. That's because women aren't allowed to wear pants, so they wear, and they want to wear
Oh,
jeans, so they wear denim skirts. And that's very iconic of them. Actually, when if my grandfather ever took me out to do work with him, I remember my area was super, 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 super fundamentalist, and the only cartoon I ever saw kids watch was like VeggieTales.
yeah,
And yeah, no, they were really into it. It was a big culture shock because
I'm familiar.
I was born up north, so when I came down, it was
And
like a real.
I remember watching, I think Ken Ham produced like a dinosaur TV show where like the kids are like hanging out with the creation dinosaurs. It's crazy. And they were selling those DVDs there when I went. It was crazy. Oh man.
Were they good?
I don't remember. I don't really remember that well, but I do remember that I had it. I had exactly what it is. It's like Dinosaur Adventures. Let me see here. Creationist Dinosaur DVD or show here. This is crazy. Is it? Oh fuck! I'm not gonna find it. It's dinosaurs with a exclamation point. Is that it? Anyway,
Let's see.
I see here creation.com. Creationist dinosaur. Yes. There's a bunch of this type of content. Like when you search it, like it pulls up. The Puritan board. There's like this forum, the Puritan board from 2009. It's like a whole other there's like a whole other pocket dimension of like really radical Christian stuff
Who are smart and they don't fucking talk to us. They know that we're all losers.
Yeah, it's just like, why would I ever want to interact with these filth? I have the real truth and I'm enlightened. Wow. Oh man.
Well, this guy, I forget his name, Brad Watson. His thing with the 7-4, he would find patterns with 7 and 4 in them everywhere. He was very anti-Trump, and this was like as an example of like how he would force patterns. He counted the number of letters in Trump's name for each his first, middle, and last name, and had to translate his last name to Drumpf. So Donald's Jonathan's Drumpf or whatever, it was like 6 letters each, and that would be 666, proof that he's like the Antichrist. So that's like the kind of stuff that he did. And he, if you actually search his name, like Brad Watson Miami, you'll find posts of his on like 1,000 different websites, because he would try to go to all these actual like Christian websites and communities and say, "I'm back, it's me, Jesus," which didn't go over well.
That's Kino. Imagine having the balls to actually tell people that you're Jesus. I just can't, like, you must actually really believe it, but that's the thing, is if somebody really truly believes it, they could convince you, and that's how these cults start.
He tried. He would try, and he would try to debate all the Christian people. And the main thing that he did that underpinned his entire religious philosophy is, I asked you about the book of Revelation when we first started talking. There's a specific part in Revelation 5 where it says at the very beginning, "Then I saw the scroll in the right hand, and the one seated on the throne. It had writing on both sides and was sealed with 7 seals. And I saw a mighty angel proclaiming in a loud voice, 'Who is worthy to break the seals and open the scroll?'" And the way that he justifies his return as like a prophecy being completed is that he came up with like 7 like hypotheses for universal laws that are kind of like Albert Einstein but pseudoscience. And that's why he says that he's Albert Einstein reincarnated, because he has these natural law theories, and there's 7 of them, and those are the 7 seals.
Dance Jesus and Albert Einstein?
Yes, and many more people.
Man, this guy's got to leave some pussy for the rest of us. You can't be both Einstein and Jesus, both the smartest and righteous man that ever, like, come on, bro. What the fuck?
No, he's completing all the prophecies, bro. And that's it, basically, is that he has the 7 simple beyond Einstein theories. That's why it's called Beyond Einstein, because not only is it like Einstein-esque, it's actually smarter than Einstein.
Where my objection lies is when he says simple, because as I'm reading this, it does not look at all simple. It seems to be quite onerous and lengthy and complex.
Yeah, I'm kind of hoping that there's like a list of what his seals are. Actually, I think I have a note somewhere for this.
The thing is, when you're trying to start your cult, you can't just start off with "I'm Jesus." You have to slow boil the frog. You have to start with like, "I'm a prophet," and he talks to me. And then once you've got them bought in, and once they've already like given you all their money and like you've sexually abused them and shit, like once you've broken down all their barriers, then you reveal that you're Jesus. And then at that point, it's a sunk cost fallacy. They've already like given in to Jonestown. And then they will accept you as Jesus, This guy he went about it all wrong, right?
Backwards. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so here are the 7 seals. You ready? Seal 1 is the conglomerate of universes, multiverses as quantum computers. So I assume it's
Chris
kind of
Chan?
like Chris again, yeah, where it's like everything is like a simulation and it's all
With like
computer gods.
Francis E. Decker crossover, kind of.
Seal 2 is the God equals 7_4 theory, the universal code, which is that everything is 7 and 4 that's righteous and everything that's bad is 666. Seal 3 is the unified strings, 2119 dimensions, completing Einstein's theory of
I was
Kiwi.
with him through the first 2 seals, but this third seal, I don't know.
Seal 4 is S equals 19 theory, sin/serpent code. Seal 5 is the speed of thought faster than light via entanglement, which I guess means that if we think faster than the speed of light because of entanglement. Seal 6 is relativity, reincarnation physics, which proves E equals MC squared is eternal. And Seal 7 is reincarnation with 26 principles. Luck equals karma times action, which is not Christian at all and is like a Hindu. It's not even like a Hindu blend. It's like a the westernized concept of what karma is and reincarnation, which has nothing at all to do with like the backwards tribal bullshit that Hindus actually believe in.
Tell them, fuck those Jeets.
Dude, they suck so bad. Okay. And
they really do.
We have
bro.
to be careful because Gumroad, they run Gumroad, but
listen, buddy. Sir, the Gumroad must be shut down now, sir. Remember, guys, when are we going to reveal the rug pull to them? Soon?
The rug pull?
Yeah, like our grifting scam.
No, we walked that. You misunderstood me when I explained this. You misunderstood me.
Oh, we're not actually scamming them?
No. Okay. So when we discussed this, just to clarify, he thought I said that we were going to do like 1 or 2 hours each and then like upload to each other's Gumroads, just like that other half to force people to subscribe to both.
That was the idea. I told you was smart. What? Okay, go ahead.
No, he was very confused. Like, wow, that's extremely grifty even for you, Josh. But I guess
Josh isn't grifty. I'm the fucking griftmeister that sold my soul for 30 pieces.
That's why you were shocked that I could come up with such a great idea.
I was like, Josh is a fucking genius. This is great. We're gonna milk all these guys for money. But now, how's it gonna work, Josh?
We'll just talk about the fucking temple or whatever after this.
Okay, and it's all just going to be one part?
Yeah, it'll be about 3 hours long, I guess, at this point, and then.
Oh my god! But why would they subscribe to both then, Josh? We have to give them incentive.
You're incentivizing your existing audience to switch over to Gumroad. Not 100% of your own audience does that.
No, they're not on the Gumroad yet, and we're hoping that they'll get on the Gumroad for Kiwi Casino. This is going to be a real big draw. I can tell. This is the hot. This is the hot new thing that's going to take over. I'll tell you.
If you actually put stuff on the Gumroad, people will subscribe to it. I've learned this.
What? Really? I thought they would just pay me to do nothing.
Me
too.
Isn't that
the whole point? I thought this was digital fucking welfare for a new age, and we were panhandling. The fuck?
Okay, just one more thing about Brad. This thread on him is 1,400 pages long because they would argue with him back and forth for ages.
Why would you argue with this guy? It's like the guy in the Gunt board. You know, the schizo that's in there, Gaston or whatever, that argues with everybody?
Yeah.
Buddy, he is like telling me that I was involved in the conspiracy and that I was tipping off the moderation team and shit. I'm like, be gone from me, schizo. Be gone.
I think, honestly, this actually, this thread is special because I get DMCA shit a lot for dumb bullshit because people are always upset their content is being used against their will. This is the only thread ever in which I have ever received a copyright complaint about text because one of the users, in a desperate bid to epically own a retarded person who thinks he's Jesus Einstein, copy and pasted a litigious argument from a religious website and like posted it to disprove like one of his theories or statements. And I got a DMCA for that because they have like a thing that checks their articles if they're on other websites. So I had to yell at that guy for being like so pathetic. He had to steal to try and own a retarded person. It was very special. But most of them, yeah, they just argue about religious stuff, and they're like, actually, you're interpreting this wrong. This means that. People love to fucking argue forever and
I
ever with
just
somebody
love
like
you
that.
go in for like a job interview and they're like, so tell me a time you resolved a conflict, and you have to relate it to your time as the owner of Kiwi Farm. Let me tell you about the time these two retards were arguing and there was this litigation,
Yeah,
That'd be
it was it's the wrong
something.
word. I've learned a lot. Okay, my experience is worth something, I think.
It actually is, though. You really are qualified to do a lot of things based on the bullshit that you have to solve at Kiwi Farms. Like, for real.
My professional term is I'm an anti-fragile systems developer. If anyone asks you what I am.
Ah, that's a new one. That's great. Anti-fragile systems developer. Is that what it was?
Yes, sounds right, doesn't it?
The cope is palpable.
So he because he believed in karma, one of the things that he would do, that was like the main funny thing that he would do in this time, because like I said, he tried to join all these forums to argue about how he's Jesus, and this is like the only forum ever that just allowed him to stay and argue about being Jesus because everybody else banned him.
Yeah.
But he stayed and argued for a very good long time. And his funny thing to do when you actually finally pissed him off is that he would sentence you to samsara. He would sentence you to a poor karma cycle. Like in this one, Trombonista sent him an anime video. Now this is obviously terrible karma, and Brad Watson righteously sentenced her to 474,747 years. As a non-human, with 1,666 years of those incommunicable. So she would be doomed to reincarnate as she wanted to be an armadillo.
So the minimum sentence is 1,666 years.
Mm-hmm.
But then it could stretch up to 474,000 years. That's quite the range of punishment, no?
Yeah, I mean, if you do a really good job as an armadillo and you accept Brad Watson as your Lord and Savior, you might get some years knocked off, but you're going to be spending at least, almost 2 millennia as an armadillo.
I'm surprised, though, that he would use 666 at all when it's so evil in his worldview.
Well, it's you have that sentence because you are so evil, I think.
Oh, I see how it is. Right.
He sentenced me, by the way. I remember this. He kept blocking people, and I invented this script. So if you went to kiwifarms.net/Brad Watson, it would completely clear his block list. And he got so fucking pissed that I did this, that he sentenced me to be reincarnated as a factory farm chicken for 35,000 years.
Do you ever worry that maybe you are sentenced to be reincarnated as a factory farm chicken for 35,000 years?
No, even like 7 years ago, I said this. Do you really think that factory chickens will even exist for 35,000 years? The fucking pyramids are only 4,000 years old. 35,000 years ago, the first Indonesians arrived by raft to the islands. So even then, I was not very convinced.
You tackled it in an irrational fashion, Josh, but what you don't realize is you're going to be sent to the pocket dimension of the eternal factory farm, buddy.
Ashen. It's like the episode of Black Mirror.
Yeah, no,
they're like CPUs in a little tube.
It's like Black Mirror, buddy. It's like the White Christmas episode where you're being like tortured for all eternity.
Oh, that was a Christmas special too. How appropriate.
Yes, it's all coming together. Now, I can't tell if this podcast we're doing is actually good or if it's just totally retarded. I'm sure they'll let us know that it was dog shit. I'm sure.
I mean, the way people listen to my podcast is it's 4 hours long. They put it on halfway through their shift and they listen to it and it makes work go by faster. That's
what they're going to say is, how did we find a guy with an even more annoying voice than Josh? That's what they're going to say. Where did you find this clown? Fuck.
I'm particularly raspy. I think that when we swap, we should go get some water because I am parched. I want to die.
Getting up to that point. Well, I have to add you to this Google Drive so we can present the Ralph Suffa session and the Tim Pool deep dive into the conspiracy of Tim Pool's compound.
Okay. Yeah. That sounds good. Okay. I want to hear, you brought up several people, but I definitely want to hear at least the Tim Pool stuff and the Ralph stuff.
planned segments, I had Ralph, Tim Pool, Hassan Piker, Nick Fuentes, Sticks Hexenhammer, and JF Garepi planned.
Okay, I'll tell you straight up. Fuck Hassan. He's Muslim. He doesn't count. We're not going to talk about him because he's not even white.
How am I going to unload my Hassan in China folder that I've been sitting on for the last 2 weeks, and I haven't had the opportunity to present it because it's fucking dry.
You stream for like 9 hours.
Yes, but 5 of those hours are going, whoa, buddy, and
just
like 2 of them are let's get some sub.
Here's what you do, right? You got to do a once-off thing. You got to boot up OBS by yourself. You can't interact with chat at all. You're going to have a gun. Point the gun at the camera and say, we're talking about Hassan Piker right now. And you just do the bit. You read about Hassan Piker and then you end the stream. That's how you stream.
No, I figured I would pawn it off on you because you're an expert on China and communism. Yeah. And I thought you might be able to explain it. Have you, like, his stuff in China is crazy. Maybe okay. We'll get to that on the next edition of the show when it's like 6 weeks out of date.
Oh, Chinese New Year edition. That's how we do it.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
Save it up.
All right.
Let's do water. Go.
Whoa, buddy! We're getting into the Tim Pool content.
I just realized someone
content.
gave me $5 and said spend it on anything else except something that I was trying to fundraise for. So I went on Amazon and just coincidentally, they were advertising to me a $4.90 triangle. So I put the money, as directed, and now I do have a triangle. So there's a point we can synchronize triangles.
Yeah. Oh! We got to get you on face cam, buddy. We got to.
No, I'm going to get
double triangle. You're not going to get. Nobody's going to do anything.
Look,
no one's going to do anything, bro.
I receive credible threats against my life routinely.
You've become the dim fool now, huh? My compound is under attack. Ah!
Listen, you don't know this, but every day to mask my identity, like Ken Clark, I put on my beanie so that nobody, if you see me with the beanie.
This is why he won't go on face, is he's bald and he's hiding it with the beanie. Isn't this right, buddy?
The Jewish guy took off the beanie and he is actually completely bald, exactly like everyone expected. So we know this is to be true now.
Okay, have you been following the situation with Tim Pool and Candace Owens and Nick Fuentes and TPUSA? What is your general gist on that?
So Candace Owens, I do not like. Do you know the lore with her and
either
social
autopsy?
Yeah,
of course.
Back when she was an OG Kiwi, and we were pretty dark in that. No, I don't like her because. She's kind of an idiot. Tim Pool is like milquetoast and despicable. I've never heard him ever say
loathsome and repulsive.
I have never heard Tim Pool say anything ever that was like, wow, yeah, that's pretty good. The only guy I've ever heard that said anything remotely intelligent anywhere near Tim Pool is Luke, the libertarian guy. Sometimes
I like Luke.
Luke can be funny, but everybody else on his podcast just sucks ass. And by the way, I really don't like how he disrespected West Virginia. He went to like a random state he's never done business in, didn't make any attempt. Yeah. And by the way, I remember when this fallout happened, state senators in West Virginia reached out to him on Twitter and are like, I work with the state. If you have issues with taxes or understanding obligations, or if there's a problem, let's talk about it. Like, it's the poorest state in the entire country, and they want to attract business.
Every opportunity. He came in there as just a total carpetbagger, big shot, and thought that he was going to impose his will on this town and tell them how it was going to be, and it just didn't work out
when you go to a small town in like a rural nowhere state and you just like don't bother to integrate or meet people or do anything there, you're not going to have any friends because that's how small rural states are. When you advocate for people returning to tradition, guess what that means? It means like knowing your neighbor and having to like respect them. Otherwise you eat shit.
Civic participant in the community and all that. But
that whole arc, it rubbed me the wrong way because it's like he went to a state that is in severe economic hardship. It's the poorest state in the entire country. It's one, and he basically told his huge audience of like millions of people, yeah, never do business with this bumfuck nowhere state that really needs people to want to do business with it. It's like, and they were trying to talk to him. And he's just
It
like,
was a
no,
poor move.
no,
I
fuck
still
him.
don't think he's managed to get the coffee shop open. That was his big dream, right? The
What's
coffee
with
shop.
coffee? What is with these people in coffee? It's like
I honestly don't know. I think it's because it's like the easiest grift product to do drop ship coffee. Now, all these guys will claim they're not doing drop ship coffee or whatever, but I genuinely believe it's all the exact same shit that comes from the exact same facilities. But no, bro, we have the artisan blend. Ian crafted this graphene dream in the back. I swear, bro. So who the fuck knows? But the dim fool compound to me is like excessive indulgent hubris, flying too close to the sun. Is it not? Because he decided to get this massive compound, all these staff, all these employees. I think he has over 30 employees that he just doesn't need. And this is the same thing with quartering, is these guys take a business where there's no overhead cost whatsoever. It's literally you're at your desk streaming, reading the news, right? And they turn it into this massive vanity project where you have all this money coming in, but you're blowing so much money on staff and things that you don't need that the business suddenly is unprofitable when there's literally no overhead to it at all. And so Tim started to run into trouble when the Russian money dried up. So Tim Pool was getting
that they is that like proven, or is that just like your inference?
Well, I mean, it's partly like he started to have financial difficulties right after that. And I remember covering it on the show. He was complaining, and there was a staff meeting where he was berating everybody about how incompetent they are, how they fucked up his computer and melted it. And there's going to have to be changes around here because we're going to have to cut costs. And then Ian,
I remember that clip. I watched that.
I'm not sure how familiar you are with Ian. Are you aware of this guy?
Listen, oh my God, I don't know if I should say this to you. I'm going to pause it real quick. I'm going to give you some deep lore real quick, okay?
Okay.
Yeah, so my take on Ian is that he's insipid and everything he says is stupid, and I have no idea why he's around. Except apparently he just sucks his dick really good, so that's why he keeps his job.
Yeah, basically he's like a personality hire, right? Where he has this vibe that Tim wants to have of like the stoner skater vibe dude that's like free spirited. And basically this guy makes like 6 figures a year to just smoke pot and skate in Tim's and then every time he comes, he skateboards and like smokes weed and does game jams. And Worski was like invited by Ian to go to the game jam. He was like, bro, we got to do the game jam, man. And we're going to it's going to be radical, dude. But anyway, basically, Ian comes in from time to time, just irritates everybody on the panel, pisses them all off, and then somehow still gets paid. And it's pretty jokes. But anyway, Ian is one of
he's been there from the beginning, though, right? It would be really hard to fire somebody who you started your company with.
Well, that's the thing for Dim Fool is even though the guy is totally useless and a detriment and nobody likes him, he still keeps him around. But it was funny because during this initial like stressful business meeting, like it's so tense in the room, right? Like he's about to fire people.
Yeah,
he's reading them in the riot.
Like dressing everybody down like in public on camera.
And then Ian just comes in like freshly baked out of his mind. I imagine he's like, dude, like, what if we did a game jam to raise money, bro? And you sound like Tim just wanted to fucking throttle him. Just wanted to fucking, and he couldn't read the room at all. He was just his chill space while everyone else is fucking dressed. Anyway, there was issues then. Yeah.
You might need to turn off your video.
Yeah, my internet just fucking. Oh, hold on. Let's see here.
Yeah, that's better.
What the fuck just happened? I don't know if it was my internet or your internet or what just happened there, but
it's still a little bit robo-y.
Yeah, let's give this some.
It might be Discord because I see that it's like flipping between like poor connection and good connection. I don't know if that's Discord or if that's.
Hold on, maybe let's redo the call. Hold on.
Okay.
Here's the situation. After that, Tim still was going on and everything was fine, and there wasn't didn't seem to be any issues, but recently his metrics, along with pretty much everybody in that, like, I don't know, milk toast kind of grifter conservative space, like I say, like him and Quartering, those guys' views are really drying up. They're really down in terms of their viewership, right? And so the money has been drying up. And one of the big problems and one of the big irritations for Quartering and Tim Pool is that Candace Owens has come in and is getting all the views and getting all the money.
Really?
Right? Yes. Candace Owens is like
my
ascendant.
God.
And so they've been making like backhanded remarks at her for months now since Charlie's death. And then last week, Tim just came out and Quartering came out as well and just lambasted Candace Owens and said she's a fraud and she's a grifter. But you could tell it was kind of clearly motivated by a jealousy over her numbers and her success, right? And there's been this battle between Candace and Tim Pool now where Tim Pool is demanding that Candace provide proof that there was an assassination plot against her by the French government. And, Candace isn't providing proof because there probably isn't any, let's be real. And so the feud is starting to heat up. But what ended up happening last Friday, the 5th of December, is very interesting. And this is where the feud can. So let's go in here to 0 here in the folder.
Okay.
And we're going to go through it.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah. So Tim here says last night a vehicle approached our property and opened fire.
What?
No one was hurt. Our security team is reviewing the incident and will be relaying the report to appropriate law enforcement. This is the price we pay for speaking out against evil. Now, Josh, you seemed a little skeptical of this statement from the beginning.
Yeah, that's stupid. No, if I was a sane person, number one, he lives in a compound. He has security footage.
Yeah.
So he should be able to clearly put a video out. Like with Nick Fuentes.
So
Nick Fuentes had a spook and he posted the video of it.
So we're going to get into it. So
Okay.
in the following slide, we're going to see follow-up.
Mhm.
So he goes, security believes 3 shots were fired. We are in contact with police and FBI. Thank you, everyone who reached out. If anyone has archived Chicken City, the shot should be audible. Unfortunately, we do not archive the live stream. This would be Friday between midnight and 1 a.m.
Okay, so he does one of those Twitch live streams where you just live stream your livestock?
Yes. So
Okay.
he has a chicken farm that he live streams, and he was archiving it up until a few months ago, but is no longer archiving it. Now, so let's continue. Now, it's interesting. Now, he said this would be Friday between midnight and 1 a.m. So this happened on December 5th of 2025.
Mm-hmm.
Interestingly, in December 5th of 2022, the exact same day, Tim Pool had someone break into one of his properties.
Mm-hmm.
They are lucky to be alive after nearly being struck by a 9mm. They panicked and dropped their belongings and fled the property. Please stay the fuck away from my buildings. This is West Virginia and you will get hurt.
Okay. I have a theory for this. Should I give you my theory or should I hold it?
No, go ahead.
So West Virginia, very rural state. Rednecks love to hunt. It's hunting season. So I have a feeling that they're spotlighting deer and shooting them out their truck.
This is what everybody's saying, is that it was probably just a hunter who fired off a gun, and now Tim has blown it up into this big thing because he's struggling financially and he wants to get big viewer donations. This is what a lot of people are saying. But I find it interesting that he has an attack on his compound on the exact same day, the exact same time of year.
It's going to be the
3
same hunting
years
season.
ago.
He's gonna, I just imagine this call where he calls up the police. He's like, I heard gunshots. Yeah, you're in West Virginia. I know it was really early in the morning. Yeah, you're in West Virginia during hunting season.
So now it's in question, and it's got really into question because people are wondering if he even called the police or what ended up happening here. But let's continue to the next slide. So he says there's a 9mm bullet lodged in my kitchen now. I can't say I'm surprised this happened after the wave of doxing and threats made against
please tell me he's going to post a picture of like a bullet in the case.
Well, so it's interesting. So Candace Owens just came out today. I think it's our next slide.
Mhm.
And actually, no, it's not. So before we get into that, let's have a look here. Let's watch this and let's go about a minute in. And
Mhm.
we're going to get additional information from Tim Pool about this shooting.
He believes 3 shots were fired. We are in
You
contact
can hear
with
it, right?
police and FBI.
Yeah.
Thank you for everyone who reached out. If anyone has archived Chicken City, the shots should be audible. Unfortunately, we do not archive the live stream. This would be Friday between midnight and 1 a.m. Important to note, he's asking folks to kind of listen in if they do have that podcast somewhere, because you should be able to hear
Now,
those gunshots fired.
this whole
Now,
thing
reaction
about
is
like we have to have the podcast or like this chickens, like we have security cameras though that captured it, right?
Mhm.
Like it should be very easy, but Tim has an excuse about all of this that we're going to get into. Let's move on here. This is, I believe now, yes, this is him saying he won't show this.
Okay, just from the start.
Yeah.
We were out, and I got a message just around 1 a.m. And it was vague and nondescript. Just there was an incident. We need to talk with your team. And then we started getting the details trickling in that a car had been lurking or something to that effect, and a shot was fired. We now know that it was 3 shots that were fired. We don't know exactly what or why, and we are desperately trying to rationalize. Maybe it's just random. Just somebody was driving down the road in the middle of nowhere in the country and decided to slowly approach our property.
Your explanation, which is the first that comes to mind, that it's a hunter, doesn't even cross Tim's mind. And like he's creating this like, oh, this is delusional to think it's anything other than Antifa attacking, right?
Yeah, there's not really a lot of Antifa in West Virginia, I imagine.
That's what I was saying last night on my show. I'm like, what the fuck?
Like maybe if you live in Detroit, drive-bys are like a thing you have to look out for, but I'm pretty sure in bumfuck nowhere, West Virginia, you don't have to worry about that. Continue, I guess.
Fire several rounds, just for no reason, for fun, perhaps. At this time, for security reasons, I got these people screaming, release the footage. And the concern we have is obvious. To then show everyone where we put our cameras, that's not going to happen. And that's the honest truth.
Josh.
That's why I tweeted out if any...
Are we not calling bullshit on this? Because couldn't he just move the cameras or set up more cameras on the property?
Yeah, if you set up more, you only have to show one perspective. And, it's like...
And then there will be no doubt about this. And normally you just go, okay, I believe you. But this whole thing is he's been demanding proof from Candace Owens about the threats to her life, but he won't provide the proof himself of the supposed threats to his life. So this is where people are now pressing him and being like, release the footage, release the footage. Like, and this is the thing is, somebody might be able to see the footage and be like, oh, I know what that car is, or, oh, they might be able to help solve the crime and stop this violence, right? But he's not providing said footage, which is a bit suspicious.
It's strange. What's suspicious to me is that he claims it was a 9mm, but I don't know how he would ascertain that, because he would have to look at the lead fragments and say this is a 9mm, which he's definitely not going to do.
Can we not have a photograph of said 9mm rounds? Or
it makes me think, with the whole it's hunting season, is that rednecks absolutely will shoot on your property. Like if they're it's called spotlighting is what they do. They get into a truck and they have a spotlight and they'll put it on the deer. Deer are fucking retarded. They see a spotlight, they freeze. Well, if you're a hunter, you can just shoot them then because they're frozen. So if he has this big compound, lots of acres, his house is out in the middle of it, rednecks will drive up in the middle of hunting season, spotlight the deer, and then shoot it. If they're particularly dumb and drunk, as I imagine many people in West Virginia may be, you might end up driving a bullet into somebody's house, which is why it's illegal to do that everywhere. My initial thought is hunter. I don't know why he thinks it's a 9mm. It would be weird if someone's hunting with a 9mm. It's not unheard of, but I don't know how he would come to that conclusion unless he has forensics or something.
Yeah, I don't know. Apparently the security team or forensic guys, I don't know. Anyway, let's continue here.
Buddy had been archiving the Chicken City live stream. This is inside of our chicken coop. It doesn't reveal. It's designed specifically not to expose the property, the location, or anything like this.
But
And
then you just hear
you would have
gunshots.
seen the reaction from the chickens.
Yeah.
I know it sounds a little bit silly,
but it doesn't
And so where does
prove
it
that it's an attack,
up
even
their
if there
audience
were
prepared?
gunshots on the
Yeah.
audio.
If
you
you're
know?
like, I've lived out in rural areas, you'll hear gunshots just all the time. You
Yeah.
know, Billy Bob next door will just be, he got home from work, he got a Bud Light, and he's got a magazine that he's fixing to empty on some kind of side.
Is this like paranoia kicking in for Tim, that he thinks everybody's out to get him? I know he's been swatted a lot of times. Like, there obviously are a lot of people who maybe are out to fuck with Tim, right? He's apparently had issues with vandalism at his skate park and stuff like this.
Why does he
So
have a
I
skate
don't know.
park?
I don't know, man. Like, he wanted to have like a community skate park, but it kept getting vandalized by leftists or something like this.
In West Virginia?
And now he's talking about like his rental property. You'll see, like, in his big meltdown, he talks about his rental property keeps getting broken into by Antifa, and they beat up the people who live in his rental property, and he won't be able to sell it. And it's fucking crazy.
I don't believe him. I don't believe him on any of that.
I don't believe it either. I don't believe it at all. I think he's totally full of fucking shit, to be honest, and that this is a transparent, like, martyr grift.
And the thing
because
is,
he's
and I remember
struggling.
he went on when he was getting swatted, he did a tirade about how he's like, I won't keep quiet about it. Because, the number one thing they tell absolutely everybody who gets swatted is do not go online and say, I got swatted. Because number one, you're proving that the method works. Number two, you're proving your address. Number three, you're giving them what they want. It's like the worst possible thing you can do.
I know. It
And
really is.
He keeps going online and says, I was swatted. I'm being shot at. My shit's being vandalized. It's like you're begging
You're
for it.
incentivizing people to continue doing it to you. And it's a part of these people's business model is to be a martyr. I'm under attack. The left is after me. And it's like, bro, you live in rural West Virginia in a compound with like armed security and 30 staff. Like, what more can possibly be done to make you feel safe, sir? Like, you personally carry. I don't know, but he needs more security. And this all turns into he needs more money for security. So we need, Anyway, let's continue.
preparing for shows, people who don't like me for whatever reason, saying that we're lying, making things up. None of this can be true. Charlie Kirk is dead. A couple months ago, he was murdered. We have a suspect. We don't know exactly what happened. There are many questions around how it
He
all
got shot
went
in the
down,
fucking head.
what makes sense. and what
Yeah,
doesn't.
we saw him get shot in the neck. But don't
Yeah.
you know it was a blow dart from the camera, Josh?
A blow dart from the camera?
That's what they say. It was like a metal dart that was shot from the camera. That was one of the early conspiracy theories.
Really?
I was listening to Candace and the conspiracies for like the first few days, but eventually, like, it loses all basis with reality. And I know there's a lot of people who believe and will be pissed off that I don't believe in the Egyptian aircraft. Fucking, have you heard of the Egyptian aircraft, Josh?
No.
And the French government is doing it, and Macron is ordering the assassination of Charlie Kirk, and now Candace Owens, and all this stuff. To me,
No,
it's
that sounds
like
stupid. I'm very Occam's razor. What makes sense is that a tranny fucker wanted to kill somebody and shot him.
well, and let's be real, like, that's like the best narrative for the right wing to take in order to win.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
and what Tim Pool is saying about Candace Owens here is that this is self-sabotage. That what you're doing now is you're taking, a tragedy that happened to Turning Point USA and saying that they're the perpetuators of it. So you're taking the victim of this event and making them the guilty party. And now the entire legacy of TPUSA is being tarnished and destroyed, and the right is being divided. And this actually is happening in real time. Candace
Isn't that
Owens
Tim
is
Pool's position?
Yeah, that's Tim Pool's position.
That's a good position to take because it should be the message from this should be that if anyone as like Charlie Kirk, in my opinion, was very tame, and they treat him like he was Satan reincarnated.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yes.
if Charlie Kirk is the worst thing possible, then we're all fucked. If we lose,
Now-
we're all completely fucked.
I think where Candace really lost the plot with this, everybody was down with blaming Israel and the Jews because everybody's always down for blaming Israel and the Jews, of course. She is now blaming the French government. And so it's like a complete pivot. And then her coalition is being fractured because people are like, well, it was obviously the Jews that fucking did it. You know what I'm saying? But I the thing is for me, right? And I think Fuentes is right about this. It doesn't make sense to me that Israel would kill its biggest supporter and champion in Charlie Kirk.
Well,
Like-
supposedly he was souring on Israel.
Yeah, but that's a cope. Like, the thing is, Charlie Kirk was a people manager, right? So he told people the things they wanted to hear. So when he's talking to pro-Zionist Jewish donors, he's the biggest Zionist champion in the world. When he's talking to people in the coalition who are anti-Israel, he has to dangle in front of them, oh, I'm about to turn, I'm going to change, I'm having these issues, in order to keep them all a part of his team.
Kind
At
of like
least that's-
Fuentes. Because Fuentes will change what he believes depending on who he's talking to and who he's trying to impress.
Yes, exactly. But unlike Charlie Kirk, Nick Fuentes is very bad with people and is unable to build any sort of broad tent coalition, let alone a coherent, organized group of any kind. Because the only thing he cares about is himself. Yeah.
I always thought is he's never moved out of Illinois and like started his Tim Pool compound. And it's like he could definitely like do a fight club and get like a bunch of these people that follow him to come to his house and live with him.
Well, I know, but he doesn't want to do that, and I've always been confused as to why it's like, I don't know why he still lives in Chicago in that fucking house. And we've talked about this before, that he should get like some compound and get the crew in there. But then, he knows what happens when that happens is the feds then come and raid your shit and you get fucking felted. So it's probably why he doesn't do that, right?
I mean, that sounds like the excuse they use. I don't buy it. I'll just leave it at that.
You don't buy it, buddy? Your place hasn't been raided by the feds yet. There you go.
Last time FBI knocked, I was in Buffalo, actually.
Okay. So anyway, let's continue on here. So now, because Tim won't show proof, we now have this superhero, the Angler man, who's apparently an ex-Marine, and he's contacted the police department to ask if there's any report of this happening at Tim Pool's house.
He didn't even report it. Let's see.
Yeah, hi.
Oh, he sounds like a good old boy.
Yeah.
So my name is Adam. I go by Adam the Angler online. I run like a very
You'll
small
fuck-ass.
Content creator.
He had to make sure it was in the clip, right?
Yeah.
On like X and YouTube and whatnot. Anyways, Tim Pool had put out a post on X on December 6th around 8 a.m. saying that there was a shooting that took place at his compound, I guess, his residence / business.
Okay.
I have a possible address but I'm not 100%. But I just wanted to call and just verify that he has contacted you guys, like he said, because something about this.
This guy's pissing me off because you can just call up without an introduction and be like, "Hey, you guys got a police report?" And it's like a small podunk county ass fucking sheriff. We ain't had no police report in 2 weeks. We went to the bar last night to break up a fight, but
add up to me. So yeah, I just wanted to see if he's being honest or not, basically.
I mean, the only shooting I'm aware of is the murder we had up on the mountain last month. I'm not aware of any other shootings.
Okay, yeah, no one would have been hurt necessarily. He said in his post that it happened around 1 a.m. on the 6th of December.
Please say something about deer.
His property and allegedly fired 3 shots. But then he said what's that?
What's his name?
Tim Pool. He's like a fairly large content creator. He covers a lot of like geopolitics and whatnot.
Okay.
And so, I believe
Okay.
he lives within your
None of this is necessary at all, what he's added on,
So I just
there are no calls associated with him.
Oh, no.
Report was taken. So
I'm sorry. What? Say that again.
No call, no report.
Was taken?
I just
Yeah.
ran his name and local. So if there had been if he had reported a shooting that we responded to in Jefferson County, it would have shown up in my system, and when I just ran his name, there's no calls associated with the shooting. Yeah, there's nothing for shootings or. And when I run his address, there's nothing coming up for it.
Jefferson County.
Huh. Well, okay.
Now,
I
there
appreciate
are
that. We'll see if
multiple
he
copes
produces
about
something
this
more.
call. On this tweet itself, a Tim Pool staffer came in. She's apparently one of the graphics artists and said, I've seen the footage myself. It definitely did happen. Okay. But it's like, do you believe this random graphics artist? Some people say he had the wrong address, that it's actually a Maryland address and not a West Virginia address or whatever. So this isn't definitive by any means. But when we're now at the point where this guy has contacted the police and we have no report of this, apparently, nothing at all, no call, you might want to produce the evidence of this, especially when you're in a war with Candace Owens about who's more credible, about who's going to get assassinated by the Jews or whatever, you know?
It's interesting that if he's in Jefferson County, that is the part of West Virginia that's closest to the D.C. metropolitan area. And you can actually take a train from Martinsburg to D.C. It's about an hour. It's one of the only train lines that is in the U.S. But you can take a train.
Now,
it's an hour ride.
I thought I had this in the folder, but it actually wasn't. I fucked up. So I sent it to you on Discord, but Candace Owens has a very interesting claim regarding the break-in at Tim Pool's property back in 2022. So if you just look, I sent you the Twitter link on Discord, and we'll pull this up before we get into Tim going after Candace Owens. I suppose we're out of order in the timeline, but I just find this very fascinating. So Candace Owens is saying the shooting Tim Pool survived in December of 2022 was committed by his brother, by the way. It was his brother who is the one who fired the weapon on his property, and he cannot deny this fact.
So his brother it was just shooting on the range, and he reported he freaked out and shit himself.
Apparently what happened back 3 years ago is the 9mm bullet that's lodged in the kitchen was fired by his brother. I don't know if this is true or not, but it's escalating. It's getting crazy, the battle between these two. And this next clip in the folder is going to show you how intense it's gotten, how pissed off Tim Pool is.
You're going out of business.
This is actually it's the one after this. Sorry, but this one is good. So no, go back. We'll cover it in order. So this is Tim letting us know that Timcast is going out of business. That December 19th may be the final show.
Oh no! What a birthday present!
What a disaster!
So where does it leave us? We have 2 weeks left in the year before we go on our Christmas hiatus. You know, I'm not a big fan of any kind of hiatus. I would prefer just to work. But it is
why not work then?
What a fucking
humble brag.
I wish I didn't have to take off Christmas, but my strong Christian faith means I have to. But I would rather toil
to take this time off. Yeah,
Scrooge McFucking duck over here. I wish I could dive in the money bags throughout the Christmas break.
Ruling, of course, and there's a lot of infrastructure here that requires me to work all day, every day, Monday to Friday, with some extra work on the weekends, usually meetings.
By the way, that's what everyone does.
And
everyone works Monday to Friday. But we're meant to believe this guy works toiling, fingers to the bone, sundown.
I'm doing the same thing, taking the 2 weeks off, and I'm already planning. I'm going to do my backlog of emails. I have a stack of 100 letters. Then this just sits on top of my bed.
So now it's your turn to humble brag about how busy you are.
I'm just saying that even when you take time off, you still got to do shit.
I'm not doing shit. I'm a lazy fat fuck.
Well, you got it figured out. Me and Tim Pool, we're the dim fools that are toiling away Christmas while you enjoy your snow globe.
I'm probably going to have a stroke. My health's actually pretty good. My blood pressure is great. My resting heart rate is actually 45. I exercise quite a bit. Haven't been able to skate in the past month or two. The holidays.
The world's smallest violin. He's skateboardless. Like, bruh, are you telling me you couldn't find 20 or 30 minutes to skateboard in your day? Like, this is crazy, this sob story. Like, holy.
He's been too busy planting bullets in his kitchen with, like, little tweezers.
No. But we have to have these conversations, and I have been. with the people, our contractors, people we work with, our vendors, partners. And one thing is clear. The violence will get worse. It is going to escalate.
Whoa! What do you mean? What do you mean the violence is going to get where it's clear? Go ahead, Josh.
The contractors are giving him like a statement like, yeah, it's been good working with you this year. Probably going to be more terrorist attacks on your house coming up. So you might want to hire us some more. It's like, where are you obtaining this information?
Look at the seriousness in his eyes as he's telling us this. He's like, guys, this is fucking happening. The terrorists, they're after me. And
if I can't afford a Kevlar beanie, my brains might get blown the fuck out. You guys need to help me.
We cannot keep going as status quo. Something has to change.
How is he fucking up so bad?
I don't know.
As we described,
bro, how many millions of dollars do you need to run a podcast? That's I'm serious. Like, how hard
I'm
is
supposed
it?
to believe he can't do this from his house.
Why? He can. This is the same thing with quartering. It's like, what the fuck are we talking about?
I have the same mic. I do this from my house. I don't need any of this shit.
It's like a one-time expense to like get the microphone, get maybe the lighting, and the shit. Like, come on.
Only thing I can think of is that I rely on my forum for all my information, so I never have to go look for information. But I guess
he just has Twitter. He just has Twitter.
That's true.
Seriously,
they just talk about the Twitter trends.
That's all that they fucking do anyway. It's not like there's some expert researcher that's pulling esoteric knowledge out of archival documents at the fucking library. Like, that's not what's going on. Do you know what I'm saying? It's bullshit.
Yeah.
Threat to come and shoot up our studio and our workplace. We asked, at what point do we say we can't do this anymore? The cost of running Timcast IRL Studio and the projects around it exceeds the amount of money it brings in.
That's how is shameful.
That? Go ahead, Josh. Like, what do you think of that?
It's just shameful. The only thing I can think of, the only thing I can explain that would be even possible is that he literally hires 24/7 security on premises because he's so afraid of being shot. And
that's what he's saying that he needs. He's saying that he needs an entire like private militia at his home, 24 hours a day.
Like, who probably is at greater risk of bodily harm.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if Fuentes, I get it, bro. Like, you're saying some radical shit. Tim Pool, what the fuck does this guy say that's so out of pocket?
There's two options here, and I want your take on it. It's a coin flip, basically. Either A, he is just completely craven and like genuinely afraid of like his own shadow and just being shot at random and just lives in constant fear, or is he just faking it for money and attention?
I think it's a bit of both. I think that he is actually a paranoid like lunatic about this, but I think that this is also obviously a grift because his viewership, Josh, is way down this year. And he's complained about how it's down and the only thing that's selling is Candace Owens, and it's just wild. So,
if you get wrecked by Candace Owens, you deserve to go out of business.
You haven't seen yet the crash out that's coming in the next clip. It's crazy, but we're going to have to shut it down because we're not making enough money to cover our bills. It's like, how is this possible? Like fire these people. This is insane.
Okay, I'll save my hot take for for that in a second.
It's just that breaking point, isn't it, for any business? If you need $100 to, run your restaurant, but you're only bringing 90, you go out of business.
DSP analogies.
If you need $100 and you don't make that, you should eliminate what is costing $100. It doesn't even occur to him.
I know.
We might have to tighten the belt.
We can't cut costs. Instead, the solution is to add exorbitant security spending, even though like everybody in the compound is armed to the teeth, I assume, and they already have multiple security guards, but it's not enough.
Yeah.
The cost isn't cameras or lights.
No shit.
The cost is security because of the escalation. It's an artificial cost to doing business that we can't balance. We can't forego security, but we can't sustain it either.
Oh.
So I've had some conversations with our partners, been talking with Rumble. There may be a solution.
Okay, before he says
More
that,
money?
if his like crew is in fear for their life, just do it remote. They can do this job remotely.
Yeah, I know they could all do it remotely. So they do come up with a solution, which was the breaking news that I was putting together.
Okay.
But let's continue.
My
here.
thought is that he's in Martinsburg in West Virginia. He's a part of the D.C. metropolitan area. They can live anywhere in D.C., in Maryland, or Virginia and still commute in an hour to this place or whatever.
What a self-indulgent waste it is, though, to fly out every guest to the studio while you're in the
Is that what he
red.
does?
Yeah, so every single
Jesus.
guest gets flown out and he pays for the flights for the guests and their accommodations.
I mean, he should if he's going to do that, but it's like...
But I don't really feel like it makes much difference for the audience if it's over Discord or Skype or whatever, as opposed to being in person, to where you're going to spend thousands of dollars.
I want to hear Rumble's proposal here.
And it's going to be rapid change very quickly.
Tighten your fucking bells, what they're
We're going to
saying.
have some emergency meetings. We've already had
The emergency meetings.
for obvious reasons. And there is a possibility that the 19th is the last episode of Timcast IRL.
Do you believe him? Do you believe him, Josh? I know. I said this on the show. I was like, there's no way this guy is fucking quitting. There's no way.
I was cracking up thinking, like, that dramatic pause. I was going to wait. I was waiting for a punchline, like, we might have to get rid of the ice cream dispensers.
Like, that's what it should be. Fuck, we're going to have to get rid of the cotton candy machine.
We're no longer burning Yankee candles. The candle budget is insane.
The candle budget, we're have to downgrade to a Target candle, guys. I'm sorry. Fuck. Oh, no.
Dad, I've been frustrated and disillusioned with a lot of people in politics, but that's no reason to walk away from.
But you just said you're walking away.
Tremendous success.
I guess he's begging Rumble to keep paying them for a profit he's not turning.
I just don't understand it. Like, this is crazy. The real solution is just to fire staff. Like, he doesn't need to have all these people. At most, he needs about like 6 staff. And like, if you need the security, 2 security guards, bro.
Your brother is your security. Like, who's his brother? He apparently lives there and fires off rounds. That's your security guy.
Broke in and fucking, according to Candace Owens, might not be the most reliable source or whatever.
I don't fucking believe him, by the way. You can hire a redneck to guard your compound for like $30,000 a year, I'm pretty sure, in West Virginia.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, I know I've been a fucking security guard, and I've been on the business side of security, and these companies don't fucking charge that much. Like, I don't know, to run 24 hours a day, I guess, but it's still not that crazy. Like, even if he was doing it from a contracted company, they're probably charging $50-$60 an hour and paying the fucking guard $18-$19. Like,
if he actually integrated into his community, they'd be watching his shit for free, Yeah,
I mean, ultimately, he shouldn't even be worrying about this stuff in the first fucking place. I struggle to believe there's any actual threat at all where he lives. Maybe if he was living in LA or something like that, or Chicago, or a blue stronghold, you might think that Antifa would come, but how many Antifa can there really be where he is?
I mean, now that I know that he's in Martinsburg and not like inland in the middle of West Virginia, it is theoretical, I guess, that people can visit. But, I think people are fucking lazy. And the amount of people that are going to drive 2 hours from, Arlington, Virginia, up to Martinsburg, West Virginia, to shoot Tim Pool, it's precisely zero,
But why would you just fire off some shot? Like, wouldn't you try and access the compound? Or, like, it seems like a very juvenile thing to do,
I guess just to scare him, let him know you're out there.
Scare him, let him know he's gonna spiral in paranoia or whatever.
Yeah,
but
he's literally gonna shit himself and live in fear and then bankrupt his company exactly as you planned. Basically, as a genius Antifa super soldier.
Yes, it adds up. Actually, maybe there is something to this.
But the cost is not just money anymore. The cost is the safety of my family, myself.
His peace of mind.
And there are many ideas were floating around.
You are not prepared for this next clip if you haven't seen it. This all been building up to this. This is the crash out of the year, I think.
The crash
this might
out.
Be,
okay.
This might Whoa, already it's like this is a whole new vibe I've never seen from Tim Pool. This level,
raised his voice. We're scared.
He has,
Candace Owens is a fucking evil scumbag.
Call her the N-word.
She is a degenerate cunt. She's burning everything down, and she's gloating and smiling while she does it. And you know what you fucking told me? She has no security. She doesn't fucking deal with the shit we have to deal with. She's a piece of shit.
Call her the N-word.
Pause, Josh.
All of these
thoughts so far on Tim's rant. Like, just look at him there. Look at how mad
Envy is the ugliest thing anybody can wear. Envy,
she doesn't even have fucking security. She's not afraid of people. What the fuck?
Life is inherently unfair in a million different ways, and one of the first things you have to learn as an adult is that life is just not fair. And this shit is like, it doesn't matter who you are or what age you are or what the circumstances is, being this visibly like jealous, envious, and like
it's crazy because he's a multi-millionaire with his own compound and skate park and
I mean, I'm just saying that if this was some nobody on YouTube, it would look bad on them. To be successful and then also look like this is just ridiculous, and it's so immature.
Yeah, but they're all really jealous of Candace and her success. They really are. They're all pissed. So
I didn't even know. This is like all new to me. I did not know that she was now like the top of the conservative grifter triangle.
The tippy top. She's number one, and
That's
she's
crazy.
captured the entire women audience on the right. Like
isn't she like a misogynist though? Doesn't she?
Yeah. Well, her show is not really about anything now other than like Charlie Kirk. So every day Candace Owens goes live and there's a new shocking revelation, right? And initially the shocking revelations were like the FBI fucked up, they're lying, there's contradictions in the story, look at this, look at that. Then it became it's Israel. It was Netanyahu that did this. I have the hidden messages from Charlie. He was trying to go away from Israel and the Zionists. They had him killed. Now it's, okay, Turning Point USA orchestrated this. She's now gone as far as to say that Erica, Charlie's wife, plotted his death and was never sad about it. She's talked about Emmanuel
I would
Macron.
fucking sue. If Alex Jones can lose $8 trillion or whatever defaming the dead, she should too.
So it's gotten to the point now where TPUSA challenged Candace Owens to come debate them live in person about her claims. And then Candace said, you won't even believe this, she said that her husband won't let her, that her husband, George Farmer, is her boss, and she respects his patriarchal authority.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Said that she's not allowed to go in person to debate TPUSA. Meanwhile, she spent the last 3 months saying these fuckers killed Charlie Kirk. So people are like, what the fuck? Like, they gave her 2 weeks notice. Now she won't even go on the live stream to debate them.
Yeah, and she's a fucking liar too, because if I remember correctly, she left her 6-month-old baby with like a nanny and then went on some big business tour. So she's full of shit.
But it's interesting, this kind of like the monster that the online right has created, where it's so conspiracy driven and everybody's so invested in conspiracy theories all the time that people just stop using like any sort of reason or common sense and will pretty much just believe anything. Like Candace Owens gets out there and starts talking about everybody in the audience is wearing maroon. They're all wearing red. And this is a coded signal. And it's like, dude,
it's probably the colors of the university or like some shit.
Yeah, it's like crazy.
Here's
and
an
like
allegory.
The Egyptian planes.
They when the Taliban conquered Afghanistan after the U.S. withdrew, there were all these stories about how the Taliban fighters, who had been resistance fighters for 2 decades at this point, were suddenly given office jobs where they had to manage the government. And they were like, this sucks. So there was like a real uncomfortable ease where they suddenly had to shift from being perpetual freedom fighters to the government, and
Yes.
it was a growing pain. And it's like that with the conservatives in the U.S. They've been content to sit and cry and complain and bitch and moan continuously for as long as they've been around, and as long as their grandfathers have been around, just complaining about the decline of the U.S. Then they finally get a shot, and they're in the government, and it's like, okay, let's write our reps, let's get involved, let's support our local politicians, let's promote people who are actually pushing the agenda, and they're like, this isn't what I signed up for. Look at the red shirts.
So-
They're retarded.
What's amazing is right now, Candace Owens has gone live and she's responding to Tim Pool and she's calling him soy. She's watching this exact clip we're watching right now in real time and saying this is a soy boy in action and his
That's
masculinity is threatened. All right,
Well, I'm jealous. I want to see it now. You ready?
yeah.
Fucking conservatives out there that send me these fucking messages have no fucking balls to call her out. More and more people have started doing it. They send me these fucking messages. Good for you, Tim. Good for you, Tim. I wasn't the first person to do it. I'm not going to take credit for that. But don't fucking DM me like I did something for you as you cower, scared that she'll put you.
I believe only one of you is cowering by your own admission, Sar. Only one of you lives in fear, Sar.
No. So just to let you know what the word on the street has been, and Tim and Quartering talk about this, they say that everybody in conservative media hates Candace Owens. They're all jealous of, and they all get in the group chats and they talk their shit. But they're all afraid to actually call out Candace because now she's the big dog on Candace on the right.
The grifter Medicare now is Candace Owens. You can't say anything.
You can't. You actually can't. Now, Candace Owens is the sacred cow that we must all bow to. And I even was getting backlash for saying I didn't believe in it.
No, fuck her.
And then what will happen is when you say you don't believe in the Egyptian planes or the Macron stuff, what ends up happening is you get like a 12-paragraph reply about how you're wrong.
Yeah.
And it's like, I can't be bothered to read this fucking shit. It's all schizo babble, you know? Like,
I don't know. It's a part of that thing where it's like, governance is boring. Democratic participation is boring.
Just to let you know just how big Candace Owens is right now, Josh. She is streaming to 155,000 live viewers on YouTube.
On YouTube?
That's how big. I sent you the link. I just sent you the link. And I think it has the timestamp of when she starts going in on Tim.
I just want to see the number real quick. Catalog this moment. 150,000, 5.6 million. What the fuck? She's friends with like Andrew Tate and shit. And it's like, that's like the opposite of like, is that the real Alex Jones? No.
It is. It is. Alex Jones got unbanned from YouTube? Whoa,
buddy. Okay.
Anyway.
Interesting. Okay. I want to see. Look, that's a sticker, buddy. That's a sticker right there.
That is. Let's get 10 subs right now. Let's go. Whoa.
On her thumbnail and claim you benefited from Charlie Kirk's assassination, which he's doing to me right fucking now.
Yeah, that was
I'm fucking done with these people.
She has security, just not on the level of you.
Oh, yeah, the one fat guy you mentioned with no wall and no barrier in a suburban neighborhood with neighbors.
She's wallless.
Two fucking shits.
Nobody wants to tune in and hear this.
About all of this. You told me you went to her
I
house
do.
and she's got a 4-foot wall and one fat guy. And she doesn't give a shit about her security. Meanwhile, I get bullets fired at my fucking property, and I have to go live in the middle of nowhere. And I got fucking strangers coming up to my...
I have to go live in
your choice, buddy.
It really bothers me. Dude, he's near the DC metropolitan area. He's in like the most like sophisticated part of West Virginia. It's right fucking there. You're not in the middle of nowhere. You're an hour away from DC, buddy.
My house in Maryland, breaking in. I got people showing up and beating up the residents who try to live there. How the fuck am I even supposed to sell this property? And it's all lies.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, I did.
That was fucking unhinged malding seed. That it's like, how is this even real?
Yeah, I don't know.
Did you hear that?
He's claiming
that
breaking
into his property and beating his tenant senseless, black and blue, thinking that they're Tim Pool. And now he can't sell the property or rent it to anybody?
I mean, I don't know.
Is there any proof for this?
Not that I know of. I mean, how fucking stupid is he that he can't buy a property and then conceal it? Like, how are you, like, of all the expenses, you're not going to hire a lawyer to figure out how to do this responsibly? No? That's not on the
from
table.
what I understand, he actually doesn't even have a lawyer on retainer. And so the one time he got threatened with a lawsuit, I believe I might be wrong about this, but he identified somebody as like a shooter that was not the shooter.
Oh.
And so the guy threatened to sue, and his lawyer contacted Tim. Tim directly dealt with the lawyer and immediately settled. So I don't think he actually has a lawyer on retainer, but I could be wrong. I'm getting this from...
I've got like 4.
Yeah.
You want to know what it's like to deal with shit? Okay, that's what it looks
Josh
like.
hit me with like the hardest line the other day. I'm like, this is a real gangster line. He goes, all my friends are lawyers.
It's
That's
true.
like
Literally,
some gangster shit, bro.
Of the 3, there's you, and then there's 3 different attorneys, and that's like the only people I ever talk to in private.
What an esteemed list I got on with the lawyers.
That's how you get into the U.S., buddy. You can become an attorney.
That's what's going to happen. I'm going to go learn at University of American Samoa by correspondence and make it.
Okay.
And it is for the purpose of making money, and she does not live the way other people live. And she claims she likes
Neither
Charlie,
do
she
you.
loves Charlie, and she is burning everything down that he built because she is evil. She is evil. And I'll say it again, this conservative movement is fractured, it's fried, whatever it is. Okay?
It's over. There's no more money.
The midterms. They were actually trending in the other direction until Charlie Kirk was murdered.
That really bothers me. It's like... The reps don't know what you want unless you talk to them. If you're just crying about how they're awful and you won't vote for them, that doesn't help. Like, you have all these people. Are you like encouraging them to reach out? Are you networking with these people? Because they want your vote. They want your support, but no, I'm just going to sit there and cry and yell about Candace Owens, I guess.
And this is the point, isn't it? The most effective political assassination in history. And thanks to the likes of the vile cunt Candace Owens, she has turned a turning point.
Oh, man.
Of the crime that was
I've never
them.
seen him talk like this. Have you?
No, I'm waiting for the N-bomb.
Paid by any of these people. I'm not on good terms necessarily with Turning Point USA. They didn't invite me to their stupid event. I don't want to go. I don't want to go. They invited me back after I started criticizing Candace. I'm not going.
I don't want to go. I actually don't want to go. They brought quartering in instead, and then Tim said quartering was the B team, and then Jer hit him back with at least B teams on the field. You're not even on the field.
That's
the feud
so
continues.
Fucking gay. Just
It's
like
so
do your
petty,
podcast and don't cry about the other podcasters.
Well, have you been following Jer's whole scheme and scam to get the $14,000 to go on the trip?
Oh yeah, I remember he wants to take a trip to like Nevada and he needs like $15,000 to do it.
Yeah, so he wants to go to the TPUSA event in December. So he's like, I need $14,000 from you guys and I'll deliver these signed Christmas cards, right? The thing is, quartering then during the midst of pitching this reveals that he's already paid for all the hotels, already paid for all the flights, already paid for all the equipment, which is all a business expense and a write-off. And they're going, but you need to reimburse him that money, that $14,000, even though he's like a multimillionaire. But then he changes it. So you're supposed to get a signed Christmas card, right? Everybody's going to sign it. He then changes it to, we're going to sign one card and then photocopy it. So they're not even individually signed.
Dude,
then
I bought a vinyl record from a small musician and I got a fucking signed letter with it. And it was like a $40 vinyl or something. And it's like, this guy can't even sign a postcard.
After we drop our video about his whole, grift asking for this money, all the links disappear. He stops mentioning it. Then a few days later, he says that 2 Jewish donators came up with the $15,000. And so there's no need to worry because they've been reimbursed.
Your message to Gabe Hoffman was received loud and clear.
And then, yeah, I guess. But then he goes, they're not actually Jewish, they're Canadian. And then I'm like, what is going on here, man? That's the whole Jer situation right now. But what's crazy about that is it's like, listen, I know what you were going to say. It's like, oh, okay, well, it's not that bad to ask the audience for money for things. But the problem becomes when quartering is showing off his $30,000 RC race course.
Dude.
And then he's talking about he's firing staff. He had to fire Maggie, his assistant, right before Christmas because he's apparently got no money. But then he's blowing.
Scrooge.
Yeah. He's blowing money on Rolex watches and saltwater aquariums, the $50,000 saltwater aquarium, and then all the fish died. Anyway.
Yeah, that's pretty fucking shameful.
That I need to deal with is a bunch of cowards in conservative media refusing to stand up to her. Megyn Kelly, come on. I appreciate the kind words, but come on. Such fucking pathetic bullshit. You know, and I get people saying, Tim, you know, thank you so much for talking about it. I don't care. I'm not doing a favor for anybody. I'm not doing this to benefit anybody. Nobody's paying me. There's no fucking Russia. There's no fucking Israel. There's just me sticking my neck out and then risking dying for what? A bunch of cowards that want to stand up to protect themselves? People like fucking Candace.
I cannot let you insult the troops.
Owens.
I couldn't believe that she put you in the thumbnail.
A fucking cunt.
Of her piece today.
I'm done.
The idea that she'd imply
done.
that you had some
fucking cunt,
or that you benefit somehow. Like
she benefited.
Get ready.
And I think she killed Charlie.
She's the one who killed Charlie.
Oh
Let's
my
go.
God.
That's how intense it's gotten. Now it's getting heated, and she's going live and just going off on Tim Pool right now, calling him a soy boy, a beta, a federal asset, an agent of Israel. We have a little bit of her response here. So this is her response to that clip. She goes, I cannot explain it, but I sense that this isn't actually about me and that Tim Pool is under tremendous financial pressure. Men behave a certain way when they are under economic pressure, and I feel like he's just lashing out, and I happen to be here.
That is a very graceful response.
That's savage. But now she's going in today. She's going in today.
Is this after she shot what's her face, or she shot Charlie Kirk?
Yes,
okay.
That was her response to that clip directly. Yeah,
okay.
That was her response to that.
And now she's going in.
Okay, and now so Tim has now come up with a new solution for how the show is going to be going forward, and this is our final clip. The situation is ongoing; it's developing, but here we go. Okay. This is our final update.
1 week left in this studio for the year. And then we're doing a week in Vegas, which is very secure. And I'm very confident about that because it ain't just our security we're going to have. There's a lot of security that we've been.
Vegas has like a bubble around it, a force field.
Yes,
we go on that
protective.
It's pretty long.
There wasn't, that Mandalay Bay shooting or anything like that.
Deadliest shooting in American history.
Nothing bad ever happens in Las Vegas. And I'll tell you this.
It's like he thinks it's the strip from Fallout New Vegas where they got the robots rolling around.
Bro, outside of that strip, Las Vegas is scary, man. Like, you go from like the most opulent wealth and luxury to like crackhead town, scary Skid Row shit, man.
You got like gambling addicts all over the place.
Oh yeah, I mean, people who just lost everything and are mentally fucked up. Like, I don't know. It's not really a safe place in my opinion, but okay.
Yep. And then New Year's is a Wednesday too, so there's literally no way around it. When we come back on the 5th, we will be in Florida.
You can just stream on another day, I do it sometimes.
So now they're moving to Florida. So this is the solution: is to move to Florida.
Ah, very good idea.
And
beautiful state.
And we will be doing the show down there as we attempt to figure out how we navigate this. And the mistake I think we make is we should have done this 3 months ago. The moment they killed Charlie, we should have immediately had an emergency meeting and said, we're changing how we do everything. It should not have come.
When you get hit with a terrorist attack or something, you make sure that you drop everything and just completely surrender your operations and change how you do everything. It's like after 9/11.
Let's let the terrorists win. Bring in the Patriot Act. It's an armed checkpoint now for all the staff. Got to go through a metal detector.
I'm still pissed that they didn't rebuild the towers exactly as they were, one floor higher. I'll never forgive George Bush. Fuck him.
Down to a shooting to make us start freaking out and being like, okay, now we're on highest alert.
Okay.
Florida. So that's the Tim Pool situation. Do you want to look at Styx quick?
Yes, I do.
All right, we'll do Styx and then we'll do Ralph. Okay. The audience has been asking for this Styx segment for a while. For those of you who don't know, Styx Hexenhammer 666 is one of the OG libertarian YouTubers He's like into the occult and all this. Josh was a big fan of his for years, right, Josh?
No. I've never liked him because when he was getting popular, when he was at his peak, I begged him because it was the dark times where everything was censored. I begged him and all of his people that were like in the like at the top but kind of underground to get on the Fediverse, and he refused. He refused to adopt any alt tech platform. He did not stand to get a contract and a paycheck from, and he deliberately snubbed really good ideas that were alternatives to like super censored Twitter and stuff. I don't know where he came from, but right now he's on the Kiwi farms arguing people about if he beats his girlfriend or not.
Yes, and they're like talking about like spells and shit like that, and whether or not he cast a spell. And there's like one girl in there arguing about how she's a cock and she wants to share him with other women. It's actually
really?
It's so twisted and so unhinged, the arguing between all the exes and his current girlfriends in there, that I actually feel so much cringe and embarrassment that I haven't even been able to compile it into a segment yet.
So because his exes have accounts
like
too.
Dozens of posts. It's not just his exes, like current girls in his polycule are coming in and arguing and be like, he's my man now. You're a dirty, ugly skank, and he likes me. She's like, you fucking twisted his mind and made him against me, you fucking bitch. And then this other girl comes in and is like, we could have all been in a polycule. It could have been beautiful. In an ideal world, you would have... No, this is what she said. In an ideal world, you would have sat on my face as he fucked me. That's this woman's like twisted ideal world.
I run the best site that's ever existed.
Bro, it's fucking crazy in there right now. So,
that's
but
awesome.
Styx has spent the better part of the last 18 months. So everybody really thought things were going good for Styx. He got married. He had a kid. He was living in the Netherlands. He was making pretty good money. The Trump wave, he was riding that and doing really well. And then mysteriously, he left Holland, and apparently some drug dealer or something, you remember this, was chasing him, and he was feuding with this drug dealer who I guess cuckolded him or something.
No,
but
I
he
don't remember that.
Anyway, he ended up, it's all strange and weird, like these weird tweets that you can't tell. It's like an unreliable narrator as to whether Styx was telling the truth about this drug dealer or not, right?
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, he ends up abandoning his wife and child. He becomes a full-blown alcoholic.
Mm-hmm.
Then he gets charged with domestic battery because, and he ended up being found guilty, but he started dressing like a pirate and drinking every day.
I'm caught up on this. I remember him getting charged in Nolans. Yeah, I remember him getting the hat.
And he told us all the charges would be dismissed. They were fake. And he
believed
told
that
Ralph
he psychically, telepathically murdered the district attorney.
So he claimed that he cast a magic spell that killed the district attorney. Then he claimed he cast a magic spell that sunk a ship in the harbor.
Did he? I remember that he claimed that he cast a spell that like sent snow or something to Louisiana.
Yes, and he cursed Louisiana with snow. There was and then he claimed that he did a spell on his ex with her tampon. So
the tampon blood magic.
Tampon blood magic. He used a fucking dirty tampon that he fished out of her trash that he stored for God knows, like what? I guess for this explicit purpose.
He knew he might have to use tampon blood magic. How is she gonna get her blood?
So he committed a ritual under the full moon of tampon blood magic. Anyway, after he got sentenced and he got on probation and this anger management shit, he finally took off the pirate outfit.
Really?
And he put down the bottle. And for the last 3 or 4 months, he had been doing really good. And I didn't cover him at all on the show. And I'm like, hopefully he figures it the fuck out. This is obviously a wake-up call for him. Unfortunately, he's put back on the pirate outfit.
Oh, no, it's over.
And picked back up the bottle. And he's about to give a rant that's just crazy. So let's have a look. Okay. Oh, boy. He's back at it.
All right, everyone. It's time to talk about why I refuse to mature.
Is that his actual audio or did like...
That is his actual audio, bro.
Okay.
Sure. Why I do not want to be an adult. Do I have to be old?
Josh, thoughts?
I mean, neither did Michael Jackson.
Styx is saying, like, anytime someone says this, I'm very concerned for them.
It's called Peter Pan syndrome. It's never a good thing.
you don't want to mature? Like, what sort of a retarded fucking statement is that? You want to be an eternal, helpless child that gets taken care of by others? And that's the thing is, this guy is 40 and still lives with his parents, has never moved out of his parents' home. And he's sitting here telling us that this is the only way to live. Oh, that's true. He did. He did go to the Netherlands, and that was the period of his life where he was.
And that's why he's back in.
And now he's back with his parents, and apparently broke. And it's like, bro, like how much money like has been wasted then? I don't know, because he doesn't monetize his YouTube channel because he's like, I don't want my viewers to see ads. But YouTube just puts ads on anyway. So he's just letting YouTube keep all the revenue.
I've discovered this. They recoup their bandwidth costs. So even if you watch unmonetized content, they still get their pound of flesh. So there's no reason not to be reserved about this.
Do I have to act my age? Fuck no! Fuck you! I'm not interested in acting my age. I'm a goddamn pirate. Look the way that
retard alert! Retard!
Norms. Now this is
boy.
He's a pirate because he wears the hat. That's how it works. If you put on like a police uniform, you become a policeman.
He's not just a pirate, Josh. He's actually a vampirate.
A vampire. Okay.
And not only does he refer to himself as a vampire, but in his Kiwi Farms thread, one of the exes refers to him as the vampirate and talks about how it's their duty to supply the vampirate with booze and cigarettes. And it's like one of these women is like his sugar mama that gives him booze and cigarette money, even though she knows it fucks him up because she wants to make him happy. Like, it's so twisted, man.
It's like a 16-year-old's dream, like a loser 16-year-old's.
Yeah.
A little bit of a petulant video, but it's important for people to hear it. You have to grow old. Someday, you're going to grow old. You're going to get wrinkly. You're going to get sciatica. My fibromyalgia's acting up and stuff like that. And eventually,
the cringe.
You'll die. Your temporal body will go away. There is no God that you can complain to prevent your body from eventually stopping working.
What about Stolas?
No force in the world that is going to help you. You will die.
Well, I think that with Stolas, this is the thing with Stolas, is like if you worship a demon, theoretically you should be getting everything you want on Earth, and then you go to hell, right? That's the trade. But he's like a loser, so Stolas isn't doing a good job.
Why didn't Stolas save his anal virginity in the Louisiana prison when he got jailhouse rocked?
Maybe
what happened there? But do you hear they made him sleep beside the toilet? They had him resting his head on the fucking toilet, and he kept getting woken up at night by the sounds of people taking a dump. And he was in a cell with 18 ebony gentlemen. That's how he really was.
Hell, by the way. But at the same time, it doesn't matter. Since death is inevitable, it's best to simply live your best life. What the hell? Why do people mature? What the hell is the goddamn point? Don't you remember how happy you were as a kid?
Thought?
Yes. Why do people mature? You have to. You have a choice.
Yeah.
You can be a man child.
With the realities of the real world. Like, you know, when you're a kid, like you don't have a proper understanding of the world and you have a certain innocence to you. But as an adult, as you develop, and that innocence is lost and you can't go back to being a child. And that's just like the way of life, is that there's various stages and times. There's a season for all things, like it says in Ecclesiastics. There's a time to be a child. There's a time to be a teenager. There's a time to be a man and put away childish things. But
that's
Styx
scripture.
Is like, no.
So he doesn't listen to that.
He doesn't fucking believe in that. I'm sure his favorite quote is the C.S. Lewis. You know, I read the fairy tales openly and without shame. But there's a difference between being able to indulge in media for children or read fairy tales and pretending that your life is a fairy tale and that you are a pirate. There's a difference between that, right?
Yeah. The book of Stolas just talks about his favorite animes, so he never has to grow up.
When you were acting out and stuff like that, when you were just having fun, you have to work and you have to get old and die, but you don't have to give away the fun. You don't have to give away the ability to think for yourself. Oftentimes, I thought
No one's
maybe
saying
there's
that.
like some sort of conspiracy, and this will probably sound insane to some people.
Good.
I think that there's a conspiracy.
Get ready.
People that are downtrodden and their lives suck and shit because they had to mature and they had to get old and stuff like that, to take the young and like basically beat the youth out of them. And then they get demoralized and downtrodden, and then they in turn beat the youth out of other people.
This is such a retarded way to look at the world. Go ahead.
I feel like what he's talking about, how he was briefly a married man with children, and he was expected to grow up, and he was just he did the easy thing where he said, "Nah, go fuck yourself. I'm going back to the U.S. and I'm going to start a polycule with whores," and that's what he's talking about.
That's what I think is sad about this whole situation. Is, you know, he was so close to being really successful and living his dream life, and then the pressure of being a father, being a provider, being a husband, you know, having to be with one woman, and it just got to him and he just couldn't handle it. And he just completely broke mentally and just lapsed into alcohol and these delusional fantasies. It's very sad. It really is.
Yeah.
Well, you never beat it out of me, and you're never going to. Ha ha ha, I'm a goddamn pirate, I'm a fucking goonie. It's never going to happen. I just wanted people to know this because I thought that this was of import. You don't have to have the youth beaten out of you. Resist them. Rebel. You know? Subvert, actually. I've done a little bit of that myself throughout my lifetime.
Whoa, that was crazy.
Great fun.
Oh, yeah, he really thinks very highly of himself. Like, he's some kind of fucking renegade.
High on his own farts here. Like, just ridiculous pretensions.
By the way, would you be adverse to at 7 ending, and then we can do Ralph tomorrow?
Yeah, we can. You know what? Honestly, I think we get the picture of this. Should we just do Ralph?
Yeah. Is it just like this, where he's just like, yeah, I'm a sexy goth dad boy?
What it's, you know, and this is why I didn't really get to it on my show, because it's just like, this is cringe, but it's just like he's so like repeats himself over and over and over again.
Well, he has a show where he doesn't have anything to talk about. So when you do that kind of show, you have to like fluff it up as much as you can with prose.
No, it's just terrible. It's just sad to see the guy backsliding into being a pirate and saying he'll never grow up, he'll never mature. But even sadder, let's have our final look at Ethan Rowell. Okay.
The ghost of Lolcow future. This is what awaits our boy Styx if he does not mature.
First, we're gonna watch this short clip. This one here. This is so brutal.
Oh, he's back in black and white. When he's desaturated, he's down real bad.
So I had him clipped actually yesterday on the show. He admitted that the reason he does this is because of his rosacea, because of the red, which we all knew that, but to hear Ralph admit it is brutal. So,
okay, this is cozy shame.
So I've been talking about that for many weeks. The promo's probably depressed a little bit because I've had so much stuff going on. My daughter was born last week.
Look at that. So he was listening to a past clip of himself.
Talking, yeah, I was wondering why it was desyncs.
Yes, and then as soon as he hears my daughter was born last week, did you see that look of shame? He hangs his head. He's all alone. He can't see his daughter at Christmas time. This is his life. This is the future that he chose.
It just looks processing, taking it.
Rosanna.
And then he hears the name.
Exciting and stuff like that.
Oh, which he doesn't even have that name. They changed the name of his daughter.
Yeah,
okay, now this one is just brutal. This is just Ralph completely breaking down into tears. Just crying. This is at Thanksgiving. On Thanksgiving Eve. The next day is Thanksgiving. He has no friends, no family to spend it with, no Thanksgiving meal.
How'd you get this?
This is user Die For Me on Kiwi Farms did a 16-minute clip, and I reduced it down to 5 minutes and 42 seconds.
Okay, great.
I promise I won't cry. I know it's a sign of weakness.
Oh, he did break that promise.
Bibble, your name's fucking on the fucking plank there, bud.
Oh, he's listening to you. You guys talk about him?
Yeah, we're felting Bibble, and this leads to him breaking down because Bibble has left him, his last co-host, and he's all alone.
I guess.
don't need to worry about Softful Ralph.
Just stroking his mustache hair, contemplative.
Monologue I gave to Bibble. I said, Bibble, none of this is worth it for you. You have a great life outside of this. I might actually put the sunglasses back on.
Because he's crying. He's starting to cry, so he's putting the sunglasses on.
And I know what they're doing. And he was ready to stand and fight. And I said, Bibble, it's not worth it. He knew
oddly mature for him.
Meant to me in the show, and to a lot of people who watch my show and watched his show. And I said, Bibble, it's not worth it, brother. I said, I'm in the zoo.
He's in the zoo.
I'm gonna be in the zoo. I'm one of the star attractions in the zoo.
Well, not really anymore, but.
And you can take that for what it's worth. That's not necessarily a compliment. And I'm going to be here until they bury me.
In the zoo.
In the zoo. He'll never escape the zoo.
Even in death.
That's so bad, Josh.
Even in death, they're burying him in the zoo graveyard.
His farm threat moved to inactive at the zoo forevermore.
Oh, no.
He's getting choked up here.
You have a great life. I said,
look at this.
It is oddly mature for him to tell Bibble off.
I said, you can leave this and you'll have a great life. This was fun for you.
Oh, he's crying.
It was fun for me too, because you're the greatest co-host I ever had.
What a crazy statement.
Yeah.
Can we just focus on that for a moment? Ralph claiming that Bibble is the greatest co-host. Everyone knows it's Zidane. Am I wrong?
The same thing happened with Zidane, though. Zidane got shots fired at him, and he just he's like, I got shit that I'm working on.
Of cigarettes. I'm not coming back. Like, oh man.
I think that's probably why he's seeing like an echo of like when Zidane left and how hard that was on him recovering from that, because he never recovered. So he's probably thinking like, this is like the last real friend that I had. That's why he's being mature about it, because he's like, this is a friend. This guy's been around for so long.
This is like a real moment of introspection and humility from Ralph, where he's like recognizing his place in the universe. He's having an existential crisis, and he's breaking down in tears. And last night, we isolated the tears coming from his eyes. I don't know. I think it's still upcoming, but you can see the tears coming, and he'll admit he's crying.
Okay.
I said,
look, there's a tear. There it is. Look, on his left eye, bring it back. You can see the tear running down his face. The tear escaping his pig slit. Oh, shit.
And I said,
look.
You can. You can see it. It's hard to see it frame by frame, but you can see it in motion.
The tear is coming down his Ralphie's crying, and he always said there's no crying in the sector. Look at it escape his eye. Oh, no, Ralph, no. He's crying like a bitch, Josh. Oh, he's going out sad, buddy. He's going out sad. No. Ralph, no.
Ralph, no.
This brother. Yeah,
oh, you wiped the tear? Oh! Did you see that? He flipped his eye. I don't give a fuck. Yeah, it was a tear. Yeah, I am crying because my life's a miserable nightmare of my own creation.
It's so weird that this is what gets him, though, is Bibble, of all things.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's so baffling, that this is what's bothering him, but it is. I don't know.
I said,
can't even talk. He's so choked up.
I hope you'll come back and check around.
lip quivering.
Yeah. Don't you?
Do you see that tear? Did
Yeah.
you see that tear leak out from underneath the sun?
Like a visitor.
He's like, you could put
The
this
visitor at the zoo. This whole zoo metaphor. I hope you will check in like a visitor to the zoo.
in the background. You hear, "Don't you forget about me."
Don't you forget about me. No.
It cuts to like a future shot, and then Ralph, as like the chimpanzee in the zoo, looks and he just sees Bibble with like his wife and kids years laiter, and it's just like they nod. And it's just like this quiet understanding. Very
it's like
poetic.
the end of Dark Knight Rises.
Uh-huh.
With Alfred. Oh. He's in pain. He's hurt, Josh.
I would be too, man.
Bro.
Let's see how your old friend's doing.
Check on me sometimes.
Never look back.
Oh.
Leave and never look back unless you're just checking it.
Is that his like advice to himself
There,
for
did
like
you
years?
see the tear? The tear on that right eye comes down. Oh, it's so good.
How old Ralph's doing there in his cage.
In his cage.
It feels
In
like
his cage,
his eyes
Josh.
are super wet now. You can see it for sure.
Oh man, those tears. This
It's just like
is
advice to himself.
brutal.
Like if he could
I
talk
know.
to himself 10 years in the past, he's like,
It's
just
all
don't do
too
it.
late now. He just
Yeah.
burned it all down, burned every bridge, had so many opportunities to stop fucking everything up, you know?
They can't get me because, like I said, I'm one of the star exhibitions here, and
Like this is the delusion in his own mind is that he's like the star exhibition, but nobody even cares to A-log him anymore, Josh. Like this is sad, isn't it?
Yeah. No, it's like, I don't know. I guess he feels like it's the end now. I mean, he keeps saying, it's like,
Yeah.
how much further can it go? And it's just like forever, apparently. But now it really feels like it.
or you put me in jail 2 weeks later. 2 weeks to put him in jail.
No one wants you in jail. It would be what's best for him, though, to be honest.
Yeah. Like Boss Man. He gets clean for a little while.
He asked me, what do you think I should do, Ralph? I said, I think you should go.
Well, get out of here. He's like old Yeller throwing rocks. Go. Get out of here. I don't want you, Bibble. You gotta
like-
save yourself.
It's like the guy that was crying and then pressed the wrong button on the soundboard that added like the laugh track. It's like the $1 super chat sound effect. He's just laughing at him.
The Grass Ninja sent $5 on Rumble. Warski and Fat Ass deserve the rope.
Not even that can cheer him up. You know it's bad. The thought of me getting the rope, thank God it would break.
He didn't even have anything to say to that. It was just
No.
like, he knows. It's like, it's not their fault. That's me.
No, I said, I think you should go.
The tear on the left eye.
Every once in a while.
Oh, the tears of
I'll
unfathomable
still be here in
sadness.
the zoo.
It is.
And you can come and check me out the exhibit. Put your cap on. Maybe your sunglasses so they don't recognize you or whatever. I never seen him.
Oh,
I'm
man.
not afraid to show emotion like these fags. But I do love all you, and I hope you have a happy Thanksgiving. I'll be here tomorrow because what else am I going to do?
Oh, did you hear that? Oh,
Look at that
Josh.
face.
Thoughts? I'll be here tomorrow on Thanksgiving because got nothing better to do. This is my life in my cage.
Yeah, they don't bring out the turkey to
Oh.
the gorillas.
Oh, that's bad, isn't it? That's so sad.
You can check out, but you can never, ever, ever. You can never, ever, ever leave.
Just totally depressed. This half-hearted salute. So as you can see, I don't think I've ever seen him that low. Have you? That's
I don't think that I've ever seen him internalize how low he is. Like, I mean, there are the times after when he had his breakups with May and with what's her face, and it's like he's really down in the dumps, but he doesn't even seem to care. Like he's doing horrific things that would it would end the career of a bunch of people. Like any other person does what he does, and it would be over. Nobody would respect him. But this is the first time where it really feels like he fully is.
He's acknowledging that it's over and that there's no winning at this point. It's a real low point for Ralph. And, the rules are no crying in the sector. He is now crying like a bitch. And I drink his tears. And we got to remember that, you might feel bad, but he does deserve this. Like, he really is reaping what he sowed. If you don't know the
this
lore,
in brief, but if we sat down and really tried to itemize like a bill of goods, like a full list of things that he's done, it would be so long and so reprehensible. Not just like in general to random people, but what he did, he cheated on his first wife, Nora, who he still laments doing that too because she was the best.
Stayed with him through prison, and she's a doctor, and she really loved Ralph and really helped Ralph.
And then he put his first baby mama into an asylum, and then humiliated her with revenge pornography, the mother of his child. Then when he hooked up with May, he beat her. He made her clean up his piss as punishment.
Yeah.
Did not buy, and because he held his daughter in like resentment for being a daughter, he didn't buy her any essentials. He didn't even buy her a crib. If you remember, May had to go all the way up to Rochester to get basics that Dad had bought for her.
It's just a total disaster.
And even right now, he's trying to raise money from his audience because he didn't take care of his cat and then left for a week, and now it has like a urinary tract infection or something. So it's like he has to buy medical food for it, and he can't afford it. So it's like every single person who has ever trusted Ralph has been burned by him in like the most deliberate and obscene way possible.
Yeah. He's burned everybody, and even the last couple bridges that existed with Mersh and Ricada, that all just went up in flames in the last month or two.
Yeah.
Even Ethan Van Sciver, he burned. Like, it's over. Dick Masterson, that was like a year ago now, that ghosted Ralph and said it's enough. I've had enough. I'm having a kid. Fuck him.
Yeah, that's what it was,
he's just
too.
rotting. Gonna spend Christmas. We're gonna have another breakdown, another cry fest. That was during Thanksgiving. This Christmas cry is gonna be like the most like a tsunami of tears from his eyes, I imagine, as he realizes no friends, no family, nobody who even speaks his language.
He's going to wake up on Christmas Day, and there's not going to be any like messages from anybody saying like Merry Christmas. Like no family messages, no friends. It's going to be rough.
And then
he's going to look out. It's a Christian nation too, so he's going to look out his window and he's going to see all the Mexicans running around with Santa hats on and stuff, and singing Feliz Navidad and shit. And it's going to be like, fuck, he can't escape it either.
It's over.
It's not like it's not like he's in the Middle East or something where he's like escape Christmas. Like sure, it's going to be gangbusters in fucking Mexico.
Well, I think that's going to do it, guys, for our first edition of Kiwi Casino. I mean, we have plans to do
Name
this
is a work
show.
in progress.
I think it's a good name. I think it really works, the Kiwi Casino.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys want more of this. Let us know for sure. If you think it's fucking terrible and atrocious, I'm sure you will let us know for certain.
It's like a weird mix of energies because you got like you have your leanings, and then I'm just super low. I don't know. I didn't say low energy. That's like a pejorative, but
no, I don't think so. I think we had a pretty good conversation. I think it went all over the place, and there was a lot of interesting topics discussed, and I feel like I was able to get you maybe up out of your shell a little bit and having some fun, and you're able to ground me a bit from the wackier bullshit that I normally do. So
it's true. It's and if you guys really like it and want the full 5-hour religious discussion that we had before,
we're gonna need, the goal is we need 2,000 Mad at the Internet Gumroad subscribers by the end of the month.
That's a good goal,
guys.
That's a good one. It's Christmas time.
If we hit it, we will release the extended theological discussion where I'm talking to Josh about my childhood in the church and all this shit. Come on, guys. Let's make it happen. Let's get those Gumroad subs up. Don't you fucking cancel. This is good content. I swear to fuck. All right. You got anything left to close out with them, Josh?
Merry Christmas, BPP.
Merry Christmas, Josh, and a Happy New Year.
Thanks for listening, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.